Hello everybody, it is Yami Fujita back once again with Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. I decided that this was going to be the game that I started the week off with because we're approaching the next class trial, the third class trial. And once again, just to recap everything that's happened so far, maybe not everything, but just to recap what happened in the last stream. And just like in the first game, when we approached the third class trial, just like in the first game, the third incident in this game as well is a double killing. Oh, we have two people who have died. And it's just, to this moment, I am still just completely stunned by what has happened. It's like, because first of all, the deaths that have happened, no matter what, is upsetting, but seriously, Byakuya, just when it seemed like he was starting to turn a new leaf, he ends up dead first. Teru is found out to be the killer, and he gets punished and executed. Mahiru, who her personality was like back and forth, she was always very supportive and very helpful, but, you know, there were times where she would kind of snap on you a little bit. But her death was definitely very upsetting. And then the killer is determined to be, Peko, determined to be the one that actually carried out the killing. Fuyuhiko organized it, but Peko was the one who actually did it. So she gets executed. And now we hit the third incident. Ibuki, who just looked like a complete bottle of joy from start to now, does something completely out of character. Now again, there was the whole despair disease thing that was giving people fevers and making them act differently than what they normally act like. So, that is one of two possible reasons as to why Ibuki would decide to suddenly take her life. On video. And literally filmed herself and taking her own life. I don't know what else other than the fever changing her personality or corrupting her thoughts. Or the possibility that she may have done something terrible and severely regretted it. I don't know what other possible reason could have possibly compelled her to do that. So, we'll find that out. But now the second person that has died, the person who was most affected by Mahiru's death, Hiyoko, has also died. And she died in an even more gruesome way, and it's what's so upsetting because, yes, Hiyoko was a complete jerk, but she literally looked like a child. Like, she was, like, the smallest out of everybody there. Like, just literally looked like a child, and yet somebody slit her throat open. It's like, oh my goodness, man. Like, it has gotten so incredibly dark. And now, we are left to investigate what happened. Now, so far, from yesterday, I have no possible suspects yet. Well, not yesterday, from last week's stream, I have no possible suspects yet. I don't know who is a possible suspect yet, and not with everything that we've looked at. All we know is that the killer messed with the thermostat in the music hall. They used some of the padding that was in the storage room. The candle was obviously the light source that Ibuki used to off herself. They mentioned something about curtains and being able to block light. Now, the curtains look similar to the ones that were behind Ibuki. Which makes me think that she wanted to make sure that nobody could see her do that. But again, the curtains were behind her, not in front of her, so I don't know how. I don't know if the curtain situation is important. The curtain thing we found in the hospital. I'm sure the curtains will be very, very important. I'm sure something will come up. First of all, and not only was Hyoko's throat slit open, she was taped to a pillar. And we discovered her body after having discovered Ibuki's body alone in the music hall. When Hajime first walked in, it was only Ibuki's body hanging from the lights. He left, came back with everybody else, and suddenly Hyoko is dead, taped to a pillar. So that lets me know that there is no way Hyoko was killed in the music hall. And she was killed somewhere else, and then brought there. We'll see if I'm right. I'm in the theater now, and I can't leave because I already came here. I can't leave, I already tested it. If I try to leave, Monokuma will snap at me. So, I have to stay here and watch the movie, which is being deemed the motive for everything that's happened. So, I'm not gonna bother talking to Nagito. Let's just go ahead straight in. Hold on, I'm still in the middle of preparing. Don't rush, don't rush. Hasty boys get hated, you know? Alright, so we're still not allowed to watch this thing yet. You can hate me all you want. Alright, so then I can't leave, but I can't watch the film yet. Hajime, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you pay $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled with it money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. So if you're not ready to... If you're still preparing, then why on earth can I not leave? Video game poster looks interesting. It looks very interesting. That person is wearing a uniform from Hope's Peak. Definitely gonna buy that. What? This is a Hope's Peak student. At some point, we're gonna need to run into her. So I seriously cannot go in here yet. And so I can't leave. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. Oh, the bag, that's right. The bag was on top of Ibuki's head. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monami's face on it. Oh yeah, that's what happened in the last stream. And that bag, that tote bag is gone, which means it's the same tote bag that Ibuki had over her head when she did the deed. We took the bag off after we let her down. Whoa there, were you interested in buying the tote bag? Oh, that's too bad. It's already sold out. Who'd you sell it to? You know who we sold it to. Stupid. There's no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd send something that reveal who the killer is. That would reveal who the killer is? So the killer bought it? You see, you slipped up. Thanks for the hint. I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one, it's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference? When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. Alright, well... Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue. Looks like the preparations are complete, so please, enter the theater right away. Alright, well, yeah, and like you said, you completely slipped up there. Thanks for the hint. So now, thanks to Monokuma slipping up, we now know that there's a possibility that the killer is the one who bought the tote bag. But the tote bag ended up over Ibuki's head. So that means that either Ibuki is the one that killed Hiyoko and then killed herself afterwards, or somebody is responsible for having started the despair disease, making everybody act out like that. Hiyoko was doing her very best to distance herself from everybody who had it, so I have no idea. And again, we have yet to see Nekomaru since his incident, but I don't know if it's him. Actually, unfortunately, before I watch this, I wanted to start the stream before I had to use the bathroom, but I need to go use it, so I'll be back in a moment. Again, sorry for the long pause. Alright, so let's go ahead into the theater. I was trying to leave because I wanted to actually go to the motel first. But it's alright, this will still work. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. Okay, this is an excellent-looking theater. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. The 2.5D? That sounds so half-assed. Alright, here we go. This movie is being deemed the motive. So I gotta try to pay attention here.
出生率より死亡率が多い老人ばかりが住むど田舎に生まれたモノクマは、ある日軍事演習中の攻撃ヘリコプター AH-64、通称アパッチの作る竜巻に巻き込まれてしまい、物見の国に飛ばされてしまいました。故郷のど田舎に帰って老人たちから事あるごとに小銭をせびりたいモノクマは、何でも願いを叶えてくれるという魔法使い物見に会いに行く旅を始めました。その道中で彼は心強い仲間たちと出会うことになります。脳みそがない物見かかしと出会ったので自殺を勧めたところ、
Okay, right off the bat. Here's where I gotta pay attention now. Monokuma met a Monomi scarecrow who was missing a brain when he recommended that she commits the deed.
首をつって死にました。
The Monomi scarecrow hung herself and died.
途中で勇気のないモノミライオンと出会ったので弓矢で貼り付けにしておきました。
Missing courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
途中で心のないブリキのモノミキコリと出会ったのでバラバラの鉄の塊にしてやりました。そしていろいろあった挙句、魔法使い物見のもとにたどり着いたモノクマは、なんやかんやで最終的に物見をやっつけて、最終的になんとなく彼女が支配していた王国を乗っ取りました。
What type of crap what is this?
こうしてモノクマは老人たちを下僕にしてかき集めた年金で優雅に過ごしましたとさ。
I don't even want to say it because I haven't watched either one of those shows, but I know that, spoiler alert, I know that there's a character that becomes evil. There's a protagonist that becomes evil in these two shows.
めでたしめでたし。
Yeah, only he lived happily ever after. Man, movies are the best! That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues. One for each head. Now then, let's meet again at the class trial. Goodbye. I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was, honestly, the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. just like he said, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Not all of them. There were 3 victims in that movie. There's 2 victims where we are right now. Missing a brain, so convinced her to hang herself. Missing courage, so pumped her full of arrows. Not exactly what happened to Hiyoko. She had her throat slit. And then there was a 3rd one. He was missing a heart, so they chopped him into pieces of iron. Oh my gosh, they're showing it. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too. Well, yes, that matches. It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Yeah, I remember now. They said that it's not possible to kill more than 2. You can't. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now. Or if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I need to go to the motel. And see what on earth happened in here. Motel courtyard. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hiyoko's room is. It might be faster to just ask someone. You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? You talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? Wasn't trying to hide in the first place. Hey, which room was Hiyoko staying in? Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Oh boy. Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. And you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? Hey, Hajime. You explained it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason. So we had no choice but to break down the door, and discovered Hiyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened. This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall, when you hearing the body was found, could it be you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse? So, Gundam saw me, and Monomi saw me. Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monomi. I see. So Kaz and Sonya didn't appear. Oh, so he's suspecting them. Do you think those 2 are suspicious? Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those 2 are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh? While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Yeah.
No. We went to the movie theater in that street full of machines to look for Ibuki. We didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true. I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is, Hiyoko was killed and we did discover her body.
Huh?
What? You still doubt me?
Takuyo.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true, I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. I'm just trying to think about that. I'm thinking about that movie when the third person that was killed in that movie, the tin person, was dismembered. But, whatever. Before I go in, after everything that was said, almost dropped the remote. After everything that was said, there are people that I am absolutely ruling out as being the killers. My theory so far is that the killer has to be somebody who was staying in the motel, so I agree with Fuyuhiko. The killer's gotta be somebody that stayed in the motel, which is why from the very beginning I was saying that I was worried about the people who were staying at the hotel, or the motel. Hang on a second. Alright, anyway. But that would mean that the killer was either Chiaki, Kaz, Sonia, and there's one other person. Gundam. So, either Gundam, Kaz, Chiaki, or Sonia. That would make them the primary suspects because they stayed in the motel with Hiyoko. But there was already the alibi with Gundam that Hajime saw him when he went back to the motel. He did not see Kaz or Sonia. He also saw Chiaki. He did not see Kaz or Sonia. So Fuyuhiko believes that Kaz or Sonia are the primary suspects. So for now, I'll keep them in mind. There was one other person that I was considering a primary suspect. First of all, Nekomaru, I'm ruling out entirely. I'm saying that right? Nekomaru, yeah. I'm ruling him out entirely. He was almost killed. So there's a reason why we have yet to see him. There's a reason for that. And there's no way he's the killer. Because that would be really shocking if he ended up being the killer. Now, Nagito, Akane, and Ibuki were the ones who were sick with that despair fever thing that was changing their personality around. Nagito almost died from it. I don't think either one of those three are the killers. Now, Ibuki, I was saying, there's a chance that she may have killed Hiyoko and then killed herself because of it, but now I really don't. I'm even less sure of that possibility. So, but there are two other people that I am at least considering. Number one is Fuyuhiko again, because like I said, there was a stint where he was walking in and out of the hospital because he was frustrated, and then there was just a massive time skip. So that was really weird that it was just a massive time skip after he was doing all that. But again, not very likely that he's the killer. The other person that I am slightly suspecting is Mikan. And that is simply because there's a possibility that I have already been spoiled. I was looking up pictures of this game, and one of the pictures was Mikan making a very suspicious looking face. And so, if this fever is making people behave differently than they normally do, then what is the chance that the entire time Mikan was infected, having been taking care of everybody? Or what is the possibility that Ibuki only went missing because she was the one that convinced her to kill herself? Or what is the possibility that Mikan managed to, on her way to wake up Hajime, also get Hiyoko? Because remember, Hajime woke up and she was on top of him again. And she claimed that she was just coming to wake him up. What is the chance that on her way to his dorm or to his cottage, she went to get Hiyoko? So, Mikan is not my primary suspect, but she is somebody that I am at least considering. The primary suspects are Kaz and Sonia, because, like Fuyuhiko said, Hajime did not see them at all during the period, despite them having been staying in the motel. He didn't see them at all when he ran back to tell people about what happened to Ibuki. So, and only Kaz knew how to operate that camera. Alright, they set the center door. Hiyoko's room. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got going on in here. Locked. Looks like it's locked, but... Oh, she had a key. The key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. Oh. Here we go. It opened, just as I thought. This key was Hiyoko's room key. So, probably in her kimono for a reason, then. Alright, I should go inside. What am I gonna see in here? Okay, nothing happening in here. Hiyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted. Oh, well, here's Sonia in the room. You see, now this only makes it worse for Sonia. This only makes it worse for Sonia and Kaz. How is Sonia in her room? Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hiyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What? Did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Hitting Monokuma thing. Will you stop trying to... Okay. We'll look at that in a second. The moment Hiyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room? Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hiyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. This is such a lewd scene for such a little girl. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash around. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono. The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. So was that not true then? That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own. She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Sayonji-san? もしかして着付けでお困りなのですか?
バカ、何言ってんのさ。できるに決まってんじゃん。だって小泉お姉に教えてもらったんだもん。だからもう一人でもできるんだもん。
でしたら鏡のある場所でやってみたらいかがですか? ほら、ライブハウスの倉庫に大きな鏡がありましたよね。大きな鏡を見ながらやればきっとうまくいくはずですよ。それに、あまりお部屋にこもっているのもお体によくありませんし。
Okay. And that was when she kicked me out.
まさか。
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. You know, in one breath. It is true that with a full body mirror, it would be easier for her to tie her kimono. But now you see why Sonia believes that it was her fault that Hiyoko died. It seems far too suspicious that she would suggest her going to the place where she would end up dead. That doesn't mean that Sonya's the one who did it, because there's still Kaz. Again, Kaz is the only one who knew how to operate that camera, and that camera was sitting in the music hall. Originally, it was in the motel. So, Kaz still seems more suspicious than Sonya. But it does seem entirely too coincidental and entirely too suspicious. I feel like Kaz and Sonya were working together to coordinate everything that happened. Like, that's what I'm starting to feel. But again, I'm sure this game will throw me a complete curveball that I was not suspecting. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. And nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? There's no way nobody else knew. Something's wrong. We're probably going to be sent to the class trial now. Okay. Well, let me look at the sink in here. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone could use this. I don't see anything else that looks suspicious. No sign that someone made a mess of her room. And I don't think she was forcefully abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well.
Yahoo! 元気してた？もうね、学級裁判が始まるんだよ。
Well, it's too late now. It's time for the trial to start. Hang on a second. Let me get the video up. My help guide video up. Alright. These class trials are so ridiculously long. Alright, we're almost an hour into the stream, since I took so long in the bathroom. But I have plenty of time to get through a good chunk of this trial. It's already time. This again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims in order to find the truth. The only thing I can do is go. There weren't a whole lot of clues this time. Most of the clues were in the place where they were killed, which is similar to Mahiru's case. But there were a lot of clues just in that beach house alone. But then it was the whole thing with the game and adding to it. Alright, let's make our way back. Why can I not go here? It is literally not letting me travel anywhere. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh no, that's Jabberwock Park. So am I coming up on it right now? That's gotta be it. Yeah, here we go. Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock, and soon enough... Everybody here? You guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk, hold it right there! What? Don't get in my way! You're just a dumb little sister who showed a few brain cells. My brain works just fine. Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died! Sounds like you say, oops. Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent. Now then, I gotta go first. Hold on, I won't let you escape! Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it, there's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off. Of course he's not dead. There's no way, not in a million years. More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Well, why are you so excited about that? Who knows, maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail. What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough. Then let's go. Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Well, unfortunately, it's gonna take a few hours. Well, not a few hours, but a couple hours. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully, I have the time to get through the whole trial in this stream. But I really do not know. And we're already an hour in. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, the elevator began its deep descent as usual. Let me fix this. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. There was 9 of us left in here. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. A light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time. And Nekomaru's not here either. Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him. Why bother? What? Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miura, the ultimate musician. Gotta stop seeing this image. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko Sayonji, the ultimate traditional dancer. We've never even once seen her dance. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself. It always seems like somebody who's trying to change themselves ends up gone. And she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those two is among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friend's sake. For Ibuki and Hiyoko's sake. And so the curtain to the third-class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, well, I'm gonna change the name of the stream. Hang on. Alright. Alright, we are not making that mistake again. Absolutely setting our skills. Oops. Alright. So that's what? 1, 2, and 3 skills. Can I purchase more skills? Where did I go to do that the last time? Not gonna look at that yet. Where did I go to look at it the last time? I don't remember where I went to get it the last time. Let me just look that up real quick. It is in the report card menu. Yeah, here we go. I got these already. Okay. Okay, I'll take Cool and Compose. That's gonna take up all of it. Okay, I'm gonna set that skill now. Okay, so now I got 20 out of 35 points. Slightly steadies your aim. Increases influence gauge recovery when correct answers are chosen. Good. slightly increases the focus gauge effective during the class trial. Like, I cannot believe the first 2 class trials I had to go without skills because I didn't know to set them. Slightly increases the influence gauge. Not making that mistake again. Alright. Now, we may look at the truth bullets. Monokuma file. There are 2 victims this time. Ibuki Miyoda and Hiyoko Sayonji. Ibuki Miyoda's cause of death was crushed windpipe as a result of choking. There are no other external injuries. Hiyoko Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to her throat being slit by a sharp-edged tool, which we've never found. It appears her death was instant. A sharp-edged tool. There looked like metal bars in that motel room. But I don't think that was what was used. Pumped full of arrows. That's not the same as what happened to her. Alright, blood on the soles. There were blood stains on the soles of Ibuki's feet. That I gotta figure out. I gotta find out at what point she stepped in blood. Like, at what point did she ever step in blood? Rope used for hanging. The rope used for hanging, according to Mikan, there is no doubt that the cause of Ibuki's death was her hanging herself with this rope. Motel room key. The key to the motel room that Hiyoko was standing in. It was buried deep inside her kimono, so it was pretty difficult to retrieve. The scrap of fake paper. This was stuck to the baton lighting. What exactly was that used to do? Music venue curtain. A black curtain at the very back of the music venue stage. It is not wide enough to reach the sides of the stage. It looks like it was brought from the supermarket and not something that was originally here. They're obviously trying to hide something. The killer was trying to hide something with this. And they didn't want to see anyone to see what was happening past the curtains. Or they didn't want us to see them behind the curtain. Because after I left the music venue, that's when all of a sudden it was locked. And then we finally break in and Hiyoko's body is there. The killer did not want us to see these curtains. The stepladder had blood on it. A stepladder was found on the music venue stage, tipped on its side. On its left side, a slight blood stain can be seen. Okay, the candle was found at the front of the music venue stage. Looks like the dim light seen in the surveillance camera video was actually light from this candle. The surveillance camera was broken. A surveillance camera unit put inside the music venue for communication purposes. It's been smashed to pieces and no longer works. The only person who knew how to use it was Kaz. So unless the killer broke it so that Kaz couldn't get to it. Alright, AC temperature. The AC was cranked up to 86. The thermostat was cranked up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Extremely hot inside the music venue because of that. Smudge on the floor. Evidence that a bloodstain was wiped off the floor of the music venue stage. Since Ibuki had no open wounds, it's believed the blood belonged to Hiyoko. Semi-transparent glob. A strange glob that was stuck to where both music venue doors touch each other, so that we couldn't open it. Now this, I really cannot wait to see where this comes into play in the class trial. Because seriously, when did they have time to get that? Where did they get it from? No, right up until the Monokuma announcement that morning, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. Afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. So what was he doing? The video that Hajime saw at the hospital showed a person dressed in a hospital gown wearing a hemp bag on their head as they willingly climbed the stepladder toward the noose. After Fuyuhiko met Mikan in front of the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They split up. They checked the movie theater and Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently, Fuyuhiko and Mikan were only separated for a short time. Hiyoko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. That's when Sunya apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue storage room. How did she know about that? Nobody else went in that storage room besides me. So how did she know about that? That's why I really believe that her and Kaz are the primary suspects. But Fuyuhiko and Mikan are next up on the list. But watch me be wrong about all of them. Because in the last class trial, I suspected Fuyuhiko because of that video, and I was half right, thank goodness. But in that first class trial, it was like I was picking everybody but Teru. Alright, the invitation ticket prepared by Monokuma, one ticket was passed out per person, and the date it was passed out is printed on the ticket. Looks like Thursday, 10:04 a.m. 13th, 10:04 a.m. Okay. And the Monokuma tote bag that was sold at the movie theater, it's a limited item because only one person can buy it. Apparently you get another bag for free when you purchase it. So the killer had 2 bags at one point. And Ibuki ended up with one of them. Alright, the Wizard of Monami movie. This is the last one. The movie that Monokuma directed, there were a total of 3 deaths in the movie. Monami Scarecrow died by hanging herself. Next, Monami Lion was pumped full of arrows. Finally, Monami Tin Man died by getting chopped into metal pieces. Well, that's all the information from the truth bullets. Not a whole lot to go off of in this one. Just not a whole lot to go off of. There's a lot of things in the truth bullets, but not a lot that's helping me understand what all that happened. Like, I don't understand everything that, like, how everything happened. So let's go ahead, finish preparations, and get started. So for the next 2 hours, we'll see what we get. I'll try to go through this as quickly as I can.
その結果はお前らの投票により決定されます。正しい黒を指摘できれば黒だけがお仕置きですが、もし間違った人物を黒とした場合は黒以外の全員がお仕置きされ、生き残った黒だけにこの島から出る権利が与えられます。とまあ、めんどくさい説明はこれぐらいにしてさっさと始めちゃってください。
始めるのはいいんだけどさ、僕は事件の流れをちゃんと把握できてないんだよね。
Neither do I. I have no idea how this all played out.
ほら、ずっと寝てたからさ。
把握したところでどうせ引っかき回すだけだろ。
でもこの間だけじゃねえぞ。俺もよくわかんねえんだよ。
おめえはいいよ、どうせ頭空っぽだし。
頭空っぽ？そいつがどうしたってんだ。 いいか、頭空っぽの方が夢詰め込めんだぞ。
Okay, anyway.
とりあえずその2人を議論に加えないまま裁判を進めるわけにもいかないから、事件の流れをまとめるついでに第一発見者の日向くんに説明をお願いしましょうか。
分かったよ。じゃあ絶望病のせいで俺たちが病院組とモーテル組に分かれたところからだ。
Okay, yep, that's a good place to start.
病院組は病気になった狛江田とミオだと尾張の他に積み木とくず竜と俺を合わせた6人だった。
残りの5人、私と田中さんと相田さん、それと七海さんと西園寺さんがモーテル組ですね。
病院組っつってもあそこに泊まるのは禁止だったから、俺と日向はホテルに帰って寝てたんだ。
事件が起きた日もそうだった。俺はホテルで目が覚めたんだ。コテージで寝てたところを積み木に叩き起こされて狛江田の病状が回復したことを聞いたんだ。
Okay.
すぐに2人で病院に向かって、そこで狛江田の回復を確認した後は不眠不休だった積み木を休憩室で休ませて、俺は病院のロビーで待機してることにしたんだ。その時だった。まだ約束の時間前なのに監視カメラが受信してることに気づいたんだ。
Before the scheduled time.
受信スイッチを押してモニターを確認してみると、そこに映ったのは麻袋をかぶった患者服姿の人物が自分から脚立を登っていく姿だった。
すごいドキドキする話だね。で日向くんはどうしたの？
もちろん止めようとしたに決まってるだろ。急いで病院を飛び出して通信先のカメラが設置されてるライブハウスに走った。
And there was no chance of us getting there in time.
でも間に合わなかったんだ。駆けつけたライブハウスではすでに麻袋をかぶった人物が首をつってたんだ。すぐに他のみんなに知らせようと思って俺はモーテルに向かった。
どうしてモーテルに？
ライブハウスから近かったからだよ。それに病院と違って動ける人間が多いからだと思ったんだけど、そこで俺についてきてくれたのは七海だけだったな。
けどその直後に積み木さんやくずりゅうくんと合流できてちょっと安心したのを覚えてるよ。
俺らは俺らでいなくなったミオダを探してたんだ。
私はちょっとだけ休憩した後、病気の皆さんの見回りを始めたんですけど、そこでミオダさんがいなくなったことに気づいて、それで慌てて病院を飛び出して、そうしたら偶然にもくずりゅうさんと会えたので手伝ってもらえないかといろんな形でお願いしたんです。
いろんな形で？
In various ways. Like this. And what does that word even mean? Pled. Okay, 1 second. Okay, plead. Okay. It's a past tense version of plead.
誤解されるような言い方はやめろ。
その2人からミオダがいなくなったって聞いた俺はあの麻袋の人物がそうなんじゃないかと思ってすぐにみんなを連れてライブハウスに戻ったんだ。
けどライブハウスの扉が開かなくなってやがった。仕方
Yeah,
ねえから
I
4
think I
人で
finally
打ち破ったん
understand
だ
what the purpose of the curtain was. No, the killer must have been hiding behind the curtain when Hajime first showed up.
そうしたらミオダの死体だけじゃねえ、西園寺の死体まであったんだ。しかも柱に貼り付けにされた状態でだぞ。
死体発見アナウンスが鳴ったのはその時だ。しかも2回連続だったな。
とりあえず 首を吊っていた死体を下ろしてあげようって話になったんですよね。
麻袋を外してみたら、やっぱりそれはミオダだったんだ。
それが今回の事件の流れだね。ありがとう。よくわかった
Alright,
よ。
well, that's the closing argument. We know everything that happened.
まあ今回の事件で何が問題かははっきりしてるぜ。日向がライブハウスから離れている間に誰が。
でも今の話ってどこまで信用していいのかな。
Oh, come on, man. Like, what do you mean? How do you know everything he said is true?
ごめん、客観的に聞くとさ、今の話って明らかに怪しいんだよね。だって首吊りの映像を見たのも日向くんだけで、ミオダさんの死体を最初に発見した時もそうなんでしょ。だったらいくらでも嘘をつけるよね。
What?
嘘って、なんで俺が嘘をつかなくちゃならないんだよ。
当然自分にとって不都合な真実から僕らの目をそらすためだよ。
Yeah, like what? Do you mind enlightening us on what that inconvenient truth is?
そうじゃないなら証明してほしいな。ほら、証明してみせてよ。君が犯人じゃないってことをさ。
But you're not even making an argument for anything. You just want me to prove it just to prove it. Just as Kaz said, Nagito's the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Exactly. You're just making matters worse for no reason. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that.
日向君の証言は明らかに
Shot
怪
of
しい
fake
よ。
paper. Surveillance camera unit.
証言が嘘だ
Surveillance
とす
monitor
る
video.
宮田
Invitation
さんが
tickets.
自分で首を吊ったというのは。
もちろん嘘ってことになるね。
その可能性は否定できねえかもな。だって目撃者は日向だけだもんな。
なぜ日向さんが嘘をつくのですか？
もちろん彼が犯人だからだよ。
日向くんが2人を殺したの？
それらの死体を映画に見立てたのも全て日向君の仕業だろうね。
Imitating the body. Yeah, that was all true. I'm not the killer. There should be a contradiction somewhere. Need to find that and break through.
日向君の証言は明らかに怪しいよ。
日向さんの証言が嘘だとすると、宮田さんが自分で首を吊ったというのは。
もちろん嘘ってことになるね。
その可能性は否定できねえかもな。
Okay, hold on.
だって目撃者は日向だけだもんな。
なぜ日向さんが嘘をつくのですか？
The surveillance
も
camera
ちろん彼
unit.
が犯人だからだよ。
日向くん
But
が
I
2
think
人
that
を
what
殺したの？
Kaz may have said,
それらの死体を映画に見立てた全て日向君の仕業だろうね。
it might have been what Kaz said. It might have been what Kaz said that that's not true. The fact that I'm the only witness. Because there was a surveillance camera. Hang on. Okay, no. It's not what Kaz said. It's what Nagito said at the end. And I'm not on the
日
correct
向君の証言は明らかに怪しい
bullet.
よ。
宮田さんの証言が宮田さんが。
もちろん嘘。
その可能だって目撃者。
なぜ日向さんが嘘をつく？
もちろん彼が犯人だからだよ。
日向くんが2人を殺したの？
それらの死体を映画に見立て
Okay.
それは違うぞ。俺は犯人なんかじゃない。 だって俺にはあんな見立てなんて。
できるわけがないよね。
Oh, you see?
分か
You
ってるっ
see?
て。
Just wasting our
日
time.
向君は事件前にあの映画を見ていなかった。それは彼が持っている招待券が証拠だよ。
He's just wasting our time. But
そ
he
の招
already
待券
knew
は
the whole
一人
time
につき1枚しか配られないものだし、
that
使
he's
った
just
日時
making
もス
up
タンプで
drama.
刻印されてしまう。間違いないよね、モノクマ。
はい、何も間違いありません。
つまり事件前に映画を見てなかった彼にその映画に見立てた殺人を実行できるわ
Alright,
けじゃない
good.
ん
So let's
だよ。
move on now. Stop
それと
wasting
も
time.
彼に映画の内容を話した人がいる？いるわけないよね。
ちょっと待てよ。そもそもおめえが言い出しっぺじゃねえか。
狛江だ。どういうつもりだ。
いや、今回は君の目撃証言が前提になるみたいだから、まずはその地盤を固めておこうかと思ってさ。
You are just trying to waste everybody's time, man.
を兼ねてね。
A good warm up. Like you're enjoying this too
何
much.
がウォーミングアップだ。
Like exactly. It is basically a game, but it's not.
怒らないでよ。遊びじゃないからこそウォーミングアップが必要だと思っただけなんだ。
無駄な時間を使っちゃったね。まあそんなことじゃないかと思ったけどさ。では日向さんの証言は信用できるということで議論を進めましょうか。
つうことはミオダが自分で脚立を登ったのも間違いねえんだな。
Absolutely.
ああ、確かだよ。
なら決まりだ。ミオダは自殺だったんだ。
ミオダが自殺なら誰が西園寺を殺したのだ。
自殺とは別の殺人が偶然にも同じ場所でなわけねえもんな。
That's why I don't think Yoko was killed there.
今回の事件で何が問題なのかははっきりしてるってよ。犯人は日向がライブハウスから離れてる間に西園寺を殺してるんだぞ。だったらそれが可能だったやつをはっきりさせればいいだけじゃねえか。
では日向に問おう。貴様がライブハウスから離れていた時間はどの程度だ。
How long would you say you were away from the venue?
多分
Not long at
10分もかから
all.
なかったと思う。
10分で西園寺を殺して貼り付けにしたってのか。
That's what I'm saying. It all happened so fast.
だから犯人はその時間稼ぎのためにあのライブハウスを密室にしたんだろ。
Well, yep, see? Since they locked the door, that created more time for them.
密室ってなんだ。
犯人はライブハウスの扉を内側から封鎖して俺らがすぐに入ってこられねえようにしてたんだよ。
ですがライブハウスの出入り口ってあのドアだけでしたよね。それを内側から封鎖してしまったら犯人も出られなくなってしまいますよ。
ああ、その通りだ。つまり俺らがライブハウスの扉をぶち破った時
Exactly. Thank you.
犯人はまだ中にいやがっ
The
たんだ。
killer was still in the building. They were behind the curtains. Like, I finally understand what the curtains were being used for.
中にいたんですか。
となればその時のアリバイがねえやつが怪しいってことになるはずだが、それはソニアとそうだ。てめえら二人だ。
私もですか。
なんだよそれ。なんで俺らなんだよ。
他の連中は全員アリバイがあるんだよ。俺とナナミと積み木は日向と一緒にそのライブハウスの扉を破ってるし、
But does that prove that neither one of us did it?
田中はその直前にモーテルで日向と会ってたはずだ。
So Gundam wasn't with us when we broke down the door. Is that what you're saying?
それに病院にいた尾張と狛枝に犯行が不可能となれば、てめえらのどっちかとしか考えらんねえだろ。
アリバイがない人ならもう一人いるよね。ほら、二代君だよ。
And Nekomato has an alibi. He was bedridden.
わしもか。なんであんたが冗談ですよね。なんかそういうおかし
なことになってないですよね。やめてください。悪い冗談はよしこちゃんですよ。
とにかく犯人がライブハウスに隠れてた以上、その時のアリバイがねえ奴らを疑うのは当然だ。
なんて悪質な追い込み方だ。こいつが本職の技ってやつかよ。
The killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Well, let's see. Now that they're questioning it, it could be wrong.
犯人はライブハウスの中にいたんだ。あの扉を内側から封鎖して、
That's
俺
right.
らが中に入れねえようにしたんだ。
犯行時間を稼ぐための行動か。
That's
どうや
true.
って封鎖したのですか？あのドアに鍵はなかったはずです。
鍵なら扉の前に落ちてただろう。
折れたドラムスティックのことか。
No, not the Well, yes, that was part of
あれをスパコン
it.
にすれば鍵になる。そうやって中に隠れた犯人は、俺らが集まるのに乗じてひょっこり出てきやがったんだ。
What Akane said.
2時間サスペンスで見るパターンです。
But what Akane said is true. Contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove that with my evidence.
犯人はライブハウスの中にいたんだ。あの扉を内側から封鎖して、俺らが中に入れねえようにしたんだ。
犯行時間を稼ぐための行動か。
Locking
ど
from
うや
the
って封鎖した
inside.
のですか？
Did they actually?
あのドアに鍵はなかったはずです。
鍵なら扉の前に落ちてただろう。
折れたドラムスティックのことか。
Okay, so it's not that. Professor, we used to lock the door from the inside, right? But is that proof?
しまった。
犯人はライブハウス。
Well, let me, because I'm probably not. I'm probably still missing something. So before I rid myself of all my health, let's just. I'm trying to get this done. I'm probably on the correct bullet. It's probably what Fuyuhiko said. Yes, it is what Fuyuhiko said at the beginning.
の中にいたんだ。あの扉を内側から封鎖して。
Yes, it is this.
待ってくれ。扉が外から封鎖された可能性だってあるはずだ。
外からってどうやるんだよ。
ライブハウスの扉にこびりついてた半透明の塊だ。あれを使ったんじゃないか。
Because if they used that, then they could have been in or outside.
半透明の塊？ゴムか何かか？
It wasn't rubber at all. That semi-transparent glob was probably.
そうか。
glue.
その半
Okay,
透
got
明
some
の
help
塊
back.
の正体はきっと接着剤だ。
接着剤だと？
私もそう思うよ。
Well, you were eating it, so.
口に入れた時に広がる工作質っぽいケミカルな香り、弾力のない硬いゼリーのような噛み応え。以上の観点から見てもあれは接着剤だと断言できます。
接着剤って食えるんだ。
It's not edible.
普通は食べられないと思いますよ。
その接着剤がこびりついてたのは左右の扉が触れる部分だけだった。きっと閉じた扉の隙間から流し込むことでライブハウスの扉を外から塞いだんだろうな。
But where did they get the glue from?
そのせいで扉が接着する面に接着剤の塊が残った。あの状況ともぴったり合ってるね。 でも接着剤でくっつけただけだと簡単にドアが破られちゃいますよ。別にいいんだよ。犯人の目的は扉が中から封じられたと誤認させることだけなんだし。
なんだと？
そもそもあのドラムスティックってあからさますぎて不自然じゃなかった？むしろ犯人の偽装工作、そう考えた方がしっくりくるほど不自然だったよね。
あのドラムスティックは犯人がわざとあそこに置いた罠ってことか。
To make you believe they locked the door from the inside.
俺はまんまと犯人の罠にはまっちまってたのかよ。
ソニアさんと俺に謝れ。ただし腹をかっさばくのはもう禁止だからな。
それが両成敗ですよ。もうノーサイドでいいんじゃないですか。
すると犯人は日向が離れている10分程度の間に殺人だけではなく密室まで作っていたというのか。
In 10 minutes, they were able to tape up her body, well, kill Hiyoko, tape up her body to a pillar, and seal the door shut.
しかも殺した上に貼り付けまでやったんだろ。
早技にも程があんだろ。
ノルマな私には考えられないスピードです。
日向くんがライブハウスから離れてる間にやるのが難しいなら、じゃあその前にやったのかもね。
How would they have done it earlier?
けど日向が最初にライブハウスに行った時、そこにはミオダの死体しかなかったんだぞ。
Well, the killing probably happened earlier.
で、その後にみんなと一緒に行ってみたら、西園寺さんの死体が増えてたんだよね。
No, Hiyoko was killed a while ago.
でも
So within 10 minutes, all they did was tape her body up to a pillar
実際に殺されたのはもっと前だったのかもしれないよ。
and seal it. It still seems like that would take more than 10 minutes to do. You're talking about taping a whole body to a pillar.
もちろん死体が勝手に出てきたわけじゃないよ。それも犯人の仕業なんだ。はい、これがその証拠だよ。
その厚紙の切れ端はライブハウスの照明バトンに挟まっていたものか。
そうなんだけどさ、そもそもこの切れ端って何なんだろうね。
That scrap that was stuck in the baton lighting in the music venue. I should be able to figure out what it is. It was a paper, scrap paper. S-C-R-A-P-P-A-P-E-R. Yes. I need an S. I need an S. Like it's not W, right? It is W. Let me see if E's next. No. Well, it can't be a P. Okay. So we got an A's. No P. Wallpaper. Wallpaper. Oh, I need an A. I'm just gonna let these things crash into each other. I need another A. Oops. I need another P. I'm letting all these things crash into each other. Alright, E. Need an R. Okay, here we go. Wallpaper. Scrap paper, wallpaper, whatever you want to call it.
その切れ端って倉庫にあった壁紙の一部なんじゃないか。ライブハウスの倉庫にはその切れ端と同じ色の黒い壁紙があったはずだ。あの壁紙も端の方がちぎれてたよな。だとすると
Yup.
そうなんだよ。照明に引っかかってた切れ端とその壁紙のちぎれた部分を合わせてみる。ほら、見事に一致するんだ。
なるほど。照明バトンに引っかかっていた紙の切れ端は元はその壁紙の一部だったのですね。
で、それがどうしたんだ？西園寺の死体が現れたことと関係あんのかよ。
そんなの僕なんかが答えるまでもなく、切れ端の正体を簡単に見破るほど優秀なみんなならきっとすぐに分かっちゃうはずだよ。
That scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting was part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. 1 second, I'm gonna... fix the audio and get some more water. Alright. Stuck to the baton was part of the wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. Logic dive, okay. Here we go again with logic dive. I don't remember the controls. Hold on. I don't remember the controls. Oh, triangles to jump. X to accelerate. Break, jump. Okay. Oh, wait, that's a border. Okay, sorry. I thought I cleared that. Okay, this is getting way too close. Oh, question 1. Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear? It was brought there, it was hidden. It must have been hidden. Okay, so it was hidden. Oh, oops. So it was hidden is correct. But hidden how? That's what we gotta find out. What did the killer use to hide her body? They used the wallpaper. So the wallpaper was somehow used to hide her body. I have no idea how. But it was used. Somehow. Alright, question 3. How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? They covered the pillar or they formed a wall? They covered the pillar. Okay, most of those were guesses, but those were all right. Her body was hidden before we found it. It had already been there. It was just being hidden.
隠していた死体を柱に貼り付けにするだけでもかなりの時間を要するはずだ。
むしろ最初から貼り付けにされてて、その柱ごと壁紙で隠したんじゃないか。
柱ごとだと。
So they used the wallpaper to hide her body while it was already taped onto the pillar.
犯人は柱の周りにあの壁紙を巻くことで、そこにもう一回り大きい柱を作ったんだよ。最初に俺がミオダの死体を見つけた時、西園寺の死体はすでにそこにあったんだ。ただ一回り大きい柱に隠されてたせいで気づけなかっただけなんだ。
So the wallpaper that's on the pillars it's the same wallpaper. The wallpaper that's in the storage room is the same wallpaper that was used to wrap up the pillars. And all they did was add an extra thick layer of wallpaper around Hiyoko's body to hide her.
まあ気づけなくても無理ないよね。ミオダさんの死体の方に目がいっちゃうのは当然なのよ。
その壁紙を吊るすのに天井の照明バトンを使ったのですか？
照明バトンは柱をぐるりと取り囲む構造だったし、そうやって使うにはぴったりだよね。
They used the baton lighting to hang the wallpaper.
壁紙にステッカーがいっぱい貼られていたのはあの柱と似せるためだったんですね。
犯人はそうやって西園寺の死体を隠しておいて、ライブハウスから離れた隙に壁紙を剥がしたんだ。
So that explains why it only took a short period of time.
でも犯人はそこでミスを犯した。うっかり壁紙の一部を切っちゃったんだよ。
They left back some evidence, yup.
そのせいで照明バトンにその切れ端が残っちゃったんだね。
きっと犯人も相当急いでたんだろうね。もたもたしてたら日向くんが戻ってきちゃうからね。
だけど柱ごと隠すなんて大胆っていうかなんでもっていうか。
ああ、犯行の難易度はぐんと下がるよね。日向くんがいない間にやるべきことが少なくなるからね。壁紙を剥がして倉庫に放り投げておくだけ。そこに密室トリックを含めても大した手間じゃないよ。
だったら実際に西園寺が殺されたのはいつだったんだ？
I'm telling you, like I was right from the start. She was dead before Ibuki was dead.
そうだね。それを明らかにするためにもそろそろ例の見立て殺人について
But I don't believe that Ibuki is the one that did it and then committed suicide afterwards. I don't think that's what happened. But it's clear now that it is true that Hiyoko died before Ibuki died.
さっきから言ってる見立て殺人って何ですか？嘘だろ？見てないの？あの名作モノミの魔法使い 2.5 でよ。勝手に私を出演させないでください。うるさいな。主食が
She's hardly noisy. She can't even yell.
されないよ。マリモは干渉するだけだもん。
やっぱりあの見立てって意図的なんですよね。共通点が多すぎますもんね。
ミオダが首をつって死んでたのは映画で最初に死んだカカシと同じだ。それに西園寺が貼り付けにされて死んでたのも2番目に死んだライオンと同じだったな。
どちらも映画の筋書きをなぞったような犯行だ。バラバラにされたブリキの木こりは残っていたがな。
Yes, so instantly that omits Nagito Akane and obviously Ibuki and Nekamaru from being the killers. The killers had to have been people who saw the movie, which Nagito did, but we all know he didn't do it. Like Nagito, it's just he's clearly not going to actually be the one who commits a murder. He's just here to get on everybody's nerves.
けど犯人はなんでそんな面倒なことをしたんだ？
Or no, I thought the consensus was the person who did the killing had to have seen the movie. I think that's what I just said. The person who committed the murder had to have seen the movie, so that omits the names that I just said because other than Nagito, Akane and Ibuki did not see the movie. They were in the hospital.
犯人が見立て殺人をした理由なん
Unless
て
they still did manage to see
今
it.
となっては大して難しい謎じゃないはずだよ。
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie, I should be able to explain it now. To hide the weapon? And to mix up the killing order, right? Yes, to mix up the killing order.
犯人が2人の死体を映画に見立てたのは殺害順序の誤認をさせるためだ
Yeah,
ったは
because
ずだ。
I'm telling you, Hiyoko died first.
じゃあ実際に西園寺が殺されたのはミオダよりも前ってことか。
そう考えるのが妥当だろうな。
妥当だね。ミオダさんの死体の状況もそれを物語ってるしね。
あいつの死体の状況がだと。泣いて頼まれては仕方ない。そのミオダの死体の状況とやらを聞いてやろうか。
泣いてないけど。
後で好きなだけむせび泣かせてやる。
Oh my
俺様の
gosh.
気が変わらんうちにさっさと話せ。
なんつう上から目線だよ。
そっか、教えてほしいんだね。私の言葉の意味がわからないから教えてほしいんだね。
さらに上から目線だと。
ほら、ミオダさんって首を吊って死んでたでしょ。
Why are they saying hanged instead of hung?
つまり彼女の足が地面についてたのは彼女がまだ生きてた時ってことになるよね。
それがどうした。
でもね、西園寺さんが殺された時ミオダさんはまだ立ってたみたいなんだよね。だから西園寺さんはミオダさんよりも前に殺されたってことになるんだよ。
軽いな。貴様の言葉はシルフの羽のように軽いぞ。相手が悪かったな。その程度で俺様を惑わそうなどと肩払いたいわ。
ああ、めんどくせえモードに入っちまった。
大体西園寺が殺された時、ミオダの足はまだ地面についていたというが、
Yes.
千里眼ごときも使えぬ下等生物になぜそんなことがわかる。
彼女が地面に足がついてないとできないことをしてたからだよ。
貴様には痛々しい妄想癖があるようだ。
有名だ言うか。
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Alright. Blood on the soles. That's gotta be it. The blood on the soles of her feet, of her shoes, of Ibuki's shoes.
ミオダさんの足は地面についてたんだよ。
その根拠を提示しろと言っている。
あいつが歩いてる姿でも見かけたか。
地面に足がついていたということは何かを踏んだ跡でもありましたか？
Yes, that.
それに賛成だ。
There were signs. The blood. Like, as soon as I saw blood stains, I knew that was gonna have to be the one that was used.
それは血痕だ。あいつの足の裏にはうっすらと血痕が付着してたんだ。
これはミオダさんの血ではありませんよね。彼女には外傷がなかったですもんね。
だったら西園寺の血ってことか。
So which proves that Hiyoko died first.
致命傷だけでしかもほとんど即死だったんだよな。
そんな血を踏んでいたということは
西園寺が致命傷を受けた時、ミオダはまだ地面に立っていたってことだ。
So are they trying to imply that Ibuki is the one that killed Hiyoko? Because I tried to rule that out.
西園寺が殺された時点ではミオダはまだ生きてたんだよ。
邪眼の力をなめるな。その程度か。お里が知れるぞ。
I can't stand this game.
日向を始めよう。
何か反論があるってことか。
何か反論があるってことか。いいセリフだな。だがいいのか。俺様が本気を出せば世界は滅亡するやもしれんぞ。
We don't even know what you're talking about right now.
どうやら格の違いを思い知ったようだな。だが断罪の時はここからだ。せいぜい楽しませてくれよ。
Alright, come on now. I cannot stand a bottle showdown. Smudged on the floor, surveillance. Rope used for hanging with the... It's gotta be smudged on the floor.
結婚が西園寺のものだと。はあ、ありえんな。あの現場をよく思い出して床に現場になかった血を踏めるはず。いい悪夢は見れたか。
How am I the one in danger right now? Despite his exaggerated protest, I feel like I've already seen an opening to counter. Is this a trap? I thought I saw one too. No, come on. No, where did it go? Every time I think I have it, it's disappearing. Like, it's not slicing. Thank you. That's what I was trying to do the entire time. Like, every time I tried to slice at it, it's not working.
後で犯人が拭き取ったせいなんだ。
ふざけたことを抜かすな。そんな根拠などどこにも。
あったんだよ。
We saw it's in the truthful thing.
ステージ上に血痕を拭いたような跡が残ってたんだ。
犯人が西園寺さんの死体を隠すときに一緒に床の血を拭き取ったんだろうけど、その前に仁王田さんが踏んじゃってて。犯人もそれに気づかなかったんだろうね。
その床の血を拭いたのも殺害順序の5人のためなんだよな。
Yep. That was another method of them trying to trick us into believing the deaths happened at different times.
その時に表に出てる仁王田の死体には血が出そうな外傷なんてねえからな。
きっと西園寺さんの死体をガムテープで巻いたのも彼女の出血を止めるためだったんじゃないかな。まあ本来は心臓が停止すると出血しなくなるのであそこまでする必要はないと思うんですけどね。
積木さん以外には馴染み深い知識ではないのでおそらく犯人を知らなかったのでしょう。
もしかしてライブハウスの暖房が効いてたのも積み木の検視をごまかすためか。
Yes, like that's exactly it.
そうなんです。あの暖房のせいで死亡時刻がわからなくなっちゃったんです。
死亡時刻がモノクマファイルに記載されてなかったのも確実な証拠を俺たちから隠すためと考えれば。
うん。これだけの根拠が揃えばもう異論を挟む人はいないよね。じゃあ決まり。西園寺さんは仁王田さんよりも前に殺されたんだよ。
どうやらここは一旦引いた方が賢明のようだ。
Yes.
いいだろう。善だの悪だのに関係なく貫き通した信念に。
Okay, anyway.
引き下がれねえのか。
それでは議論を再開させましょうか。
Yes, please. Let me save again. So, the thermostat being cranked way up, the blood being wiped, all of that was a trick, and also the drumsticks being broken drumsticks being placed on the floor, all of that was a trick to make everybody believe that the killings happened at different times. I knew from the very beginning that Hiyoko had to have died first. Because my first speculation was that Ibuki possibly killed Hiyoko and then killed herself. I backed off of that, but I knew that Hiyoko had to have died first.
ちょっと待って。その前にモノクマに確認しておきたいことがあるんだ。
またかよ。前もそんなことなかったか？
ねえ、被害者が自殺だった場合って僕らどうすればいいのかな。
Huh?
同じだよ。いつもと同じように犯人に投票してくれればいいだけ。
Just like we had to vote for Sakura when she did it to herself.
考え方としては自殺も立派な殺人なのです。 自分という大切な存在を殺してしまったわけだからね。残念ながらプロへのお仕置きはなくなっちゃうけど、ま、その時は
Oh my
物見を
gosh.
お仕置きすればいいだけか。
Is it still possible that Ibuki actually killed Hiyoko first?
狛枝さん、被害者が自殺だった場合というのは。
いや、西園寺さんはともかく、三代田さんは本当に殺されたのかなってさ。例えば、三代田さんが西園寺さんを殺した後で、自責の念に駆られて自殺したの
That
かも
was
し
my
れない
very
でしょ。
first guess, but I've waned off of
あ
it.
りえねえだろ。だったら最初から殺してねえって。
彼女絶望病にかかってたんだよ。何があっても不思議じゃないと思うんだけどな。
でも三代田さんが犯人だとすると、殺害順序の5人トリックができなくなるよね。
Well, yeah, exactly.
日向君に首
She
吊
wouldn't
り
have
死
been
体を
able to
目撃
falsify
さ
the
せた後
evidence.
で西園寺さんの死体を出現させたってことは、犯人はその時点ではまだ生きてないといけないはずなん
And the
だ。
fact that the door was locked or sealed shut, all of that happened after I had walked in that building the first time.
じゃあ生きてたんだよ。
That what? So you think that Ibuki was just faking her death?
最初に日向君が発見した時の三代田さんは、ただ死んだふりをしてただけで。
How would she have been able to get herself down? This was one possibility
日
that
向
I have
君がい
way
なくなっ
ruled
たのを
out.
見計らった後、再び動き出して偽装工作を行ったのかも。
How if she was hanging from the lights?
首をつってたんだぞ。死んだふりもクソもねえだろ。
それに死んだふりをするならわざわざ首吊りなんて選ばないと。無防備に吊るされた体を触られたら、それだけで計画が台無しになっちゃうじゃん。
そっか。ということは、
So that means stop talking.
あの二人は間違いなく誰かに殺されたんだね。よかった。これで心置きなく犯人探しができるよ。
なんだそりゃ。
あ、だけど一つだけ疑問が残るな。三代田さんが自殺じゃないとしたら、日向君が見た映像って何だったのかな。日向君が見た映像だと、三代田さんって自分から脚立を登ってたんでしょ。じゃああれも誰かにやらされてたってこと？
Well, that's what happened in the movie. And that's what happened in the movie. The protagonist Monokuma convinced the Scarecrow to do it.
まさか催眠術などを使って？
Or it's whoever is responsible for spreading the despair disease, which is, we can say as Monokuma, but
そんなの僕にはわからないよ。
自信満々に言ってんじゃねえよ。
方法はさておき。
well, no, yeah, because Ibuki was so gullible in that state, somebody could have very easily convinced her to do that. Whoever is the one who did that, they had also purchased a hemp bag from the theater, which means they obviously saw the movie.
押したのは間違いないみたいですし、だったらそれが可能だった人を割り出すのも一つの手なんじゃないかなって思ったり。アリバイですね。アリバイから崩していく作戦ですね。日向さんが映像を目撃しているわけですから、犯行時刻もはっきりしていますしね。あ、その前に確認なんだけどさ、あの監視カメラって録画機能とかついてないよね。
安物の監視カメラだぞ。録画機能なんて立派なもんがついてるわけねえだろ。
じゃあ日向さんが見たのは間違いなくリアルタイムの映像なんですね。
Yeah, it was a live
日向
video
がその
feed.
映像を見た時間帯は？
俺が病院であの映像を見たのは朝のモノクマアナウンスの直前だったな。実際ライブハウスで死体を見つけたのがモノクマアナウンスの少し後だったんだ。
So that means in the 7 o'clock hour.
三代田さんが首を吊ったのはモノクマアナウンスの直前で。
Or the 6 o'clock hour.
一方の西園寺さんは三代田さんよりも前に殺されたことがすでに明らかになっているわけだから、つまり朝のアナウンスとそれ以前が2人を殺害した犯行時刻になるわけだね。
その付近のアリバイがない人を見つければいいんですよね。ではここに命じます。アリバイから崩していく作戦開始します。
Alright, well, let's do it. Let's destroy the weakest alibi.
病気だった僕と尾張さんは除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ。
朝のアナウンスより前なんてまだモーテルの部屋で寝てたっつうの。
モーテルにいたみんながそうだと思うよ。
モーテル組は揃ってアリバイなしか。
そっちはどうなんだよ。
俺はちゃんと自分のコテージにいたぞ。
それではアリバイにはならん。
病気で寝込んでいたお二人以外に全員にアリバイがないとなると、アリバイから崩していく作戦は失敗です。
The murders supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time.
病気だった僕と尾張
The person who doesn't have an alibi for that time. I have no idea, like, who doesn't have an alibi for that time? Nobody said anything. Fuyuhiko tried to give one, but he was told it was a weak alibi. Well, what was Fuyuhiko's account? So right up until the Monokuma announcement, Mikan was with Hajime the whole time. That's her alibi. She has one. So then, yes, that means that Fuyuhiko does not have an alibi for around that time. He just said he was in his cottage. So let me see if that was the answer.
モーテルにいたみんながそうだ。
モーテル組は揃っ。
そっちはどうなんだ。
俺はちゃんと自分の。
それではアリバイにはならん。
病気で寝込んでいたお二人以外に全員にアリバイがないとなると。
Okay, no, that's not the answer.
しまった。病気だった僕と尾張さんは除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ。
朝のアナウンスより前なんて。
What was Sonya's account? Did she have one? Mihiko was distraught because her kimono was disheveled and she was unable to tie it on her own. Apparently told her about the full-length mirror in the music venue's storage room. Yeah, I gotta see which bullet is the right one to use at this point. Okay, we're almost done with the first guide video already. So, it is what Sonya says at the end, but I was highlighting the wrong account.
まだモーテルの部屋で寝てたっつうの。
モーテルにいたみ。
モーテル組、
そっちはどうな。
俺はちゃんと自分の。
それではアリバイにはなら。
病気で寝込んでいたお二人以外に
I shot at the wrong words, but I had the wrong truth bullet selected. So it is Mikan's account.
待ってくれ。アリバイがないのは全員じゃないんだ。実は俺と積み木にはアリバイがあるんだよ。
お二人にアリバイが？
Yes, because it said it right in Mikan's account.
例の首吊り映像を見る直前まで俺と積み木はしばらくずっと一緒だったんだ。
朝だって一緒に起きたんですよ。
Oh my god, please. You didn't have to throw that part out.
おい、どんなシチュエーションだ。
Did not have to throw that part out. I'm gonna charge my phone.
二人日向さんの上に乗ったまま寝ちゃい
You're
ま
just
した。
making it so much worse. You're making it so much worse, Mikan.
ごちそうさま。
Yeah, it's too much.
そうじゃない。狛枝の病状が回復したのを教えに来てくれただけだ。
そのまま二人で病院に向かったので、アナウンスが聞こえる直前まで一緒だったんです。
わかったよ。おめえらにはアリバイがあるってことでいいよ。
とすると犯人はそれ以外の誰かってことか。
そう考えた方がいいだろうね。
It is for now. Mikan is still in my consideration, but she's not the highest
そもそも
consideration.
犯人が殺害順序の5人をやったのだって、その実際
You
の
know,
犯
they
行時
tried
刻
to
を隠すため
disqualify
だし。
Sonya and Kaz, but we gotta keep
朝のアナウ
talking.
ンスとそれ以前のアリバイが重要なのは不可避な事実というわけか。
Like, I have not brought up Gundam as a potential suspect, and I gotta see if that's a mistake.
アリバイから崩していく作戦のせいで逆に追い詰められてしまったような。
でもさ、あの見立て殺人の意味って本当にそれだけだったのかな。
What?
殺害順序を誤認させることで犯行時刻をごまかし、それによって自分のアリバイを隠す。あの二人の死体を映画に見立てた理由って本当にそれだけなのかな。
他にも目的があったっていうのか。
僕なんかの言葉で混乱させて申し訳ないけど、
No, you don't.
なんかそんな気がするんだよね。
Do not feel bad whatsoever.
犯人の本当の目的は殺害順序の5人じゃなくってもっと別のところにあったんじゃないかって。
The killer had a different reason. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us. If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Alright, moving on to the second video. Alright, why hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Stop it, don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Appeal time. Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already run out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. It's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then, I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best. What a disappointment.
それって誰のことですかね。さっぱり心当たりないですよ。
Alright, save the progress. Alright, we got another hour and change.
またもや理不尽な事態に巻き込まれちゃいました。でも本当に理
Okay, alright. We still got another hour and change of this. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. There's always a curveball thrown in. Does something like that even exist? It suddenly got quiet in here.
静まり返っちゃったね。もしかして混乱させちゃったかな。だとしたら自己嫌悪で死んでしまいたくなるよ。
また始まった。
そうだ、せっかくだから僕も殺してくれればちょうどよかったのに。そうすればあの見立てだって完璧になったのに。
まあ3人殺しちゃうとルール違反なんだけどね。
Duh.
そんなルールなんてひどすぎるよ。おかげで僕は殺してもらえなかった。
The rule is too harsh? You want 3 people dead at once?
もういいからおめえは黙ってろ。ずっと黙ってろ。
でも改めて考えてみると確かに中途半端だね。
映画通りに3人殺さなかったことがか。モノクマのルールがあるんだから仕方ねえだろ。
それだけじゃなくってさ、ほらあの映画の内容を思い出してみてよ。2番目に殺されたライオンの方なんだけど、
西園寺の見立てに使われたやつだな。
見立てって言うけどさ、あのライオンって弓矢で貼り付けにされてたよね。
Yes, pinned by arrows. It was not an exact imitation.
だけど西園寺さんの死体で貼り付けに使われたのってどこにでもあるようなガムテープだったよ。弓矢で正確に見立てるのが大変だから身近な代用品を使ったってだけじゃないですか。まあそうなんだろうけど、その姿勢が中途半端だなって思うんだよね。殺害順序の5人が最初から犯人の計画に盛り込まれてたものなら、それ相応の準備をした上できっちり正確に見立てをするはずだと思うんだよね。
But they chose not to.
まあ中途半端な見立てで気づいてもらえなかったらその計画自体が無意味になっちまうしな。
で、何が言いたい？あの見立ては計画的ではなかったとでも？
っていうか西園寺さんの殺人自体がね。
Her murder wasn't planned? Hiyoko's murder wasn't planned?
見立てが不十分なのはわかりますけど、さすがに飛躍しすぎじゃないですかね。見立ての不十分さだけじゃないよ。他にも不自然なところがあるからそう言ってるんだよ。
不自然なところってなんだ。
例えば西園寺さんはどうしてライブハウスに行ったのか。
That would be because of what Sonia told her. Well, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
あの殺人の真相が隠されてるってことか。
Sonia told us why.
でも見当もつかねえけどな。
This is why I cannot rule out Sonia or Kaz.
だが、なかなか楽しくなってきやがったな。
Anyway, well, why Hyoko went to the music venue, if that's the key to all this, I need to find that out no matter the cost. Then that will have to be Sonia's account. Blood on the souls. No, it's not this one.
ライブハウスに行ったかなんて、そんなのわかるわけないですよ。
犯人に呼び出されたんじゃねえか。
それが違うって言うんだ。犯人に連れ去られたとかかもな。
We already said that that didn't happen.
ご自分から向かったのかもしれません。
はたまた因果律の意志により導かれたのだ。
I need to find out why Hyoko went to the music venue first.
西園寺さんがどうしてライブハウスに行ったかなんて、そんなのわかるわけないですよ。
犯人に呼び出されたんじゃねえか。
それが違うって言うんだ。犯人に連れ去られたとかかもな。
いえ、もしかしたらご自分から向かったのかもしれません。
はたまた因果律の意志により導かれたのだ。
Yeah, I have no idea what to pick here. Let me see something. I'm on the right bullet. I'm on the right bullet.
西園寺さんがライブハウス、そんなのわかっ
犯人に呼び出す。それが違うって犯人に連れ去られたとかかもな。
いえ、もしかしたらご自分から向かったのかも。
It is what Sonya says. Who went on her own free will. But she went because Sonya convinced her to go.
ソニアの言う通り
Sonya
だ。
already admitted that.
あいつは自分の意思でライブハウスに向かったんだ。
やはりそうですよね。
どうして自分から行くんだよ。誰かに呼び出されたとかじゃねえのか。
Sonya, care to
西
explain?
園寺さんは絶望病を警戒するあまり、みんなのことを避けて部屋に閉じこもってたんだよ。そんな人が誰かに呼び出されたからってホイホイ外出するとは考えられないんじゃないかな。
連れ去られたってのはなんでねえんだ。
No, she was not abducted. We already
西
cleared
園寺は
that.
泊まってた部屋にちゃんと鍵をかけて外出してたんだぞ。
無理やり連れ去られたとしたら部屋に鍵なんてかける暇はねえってか。
鍵をかけたのは犯人かもしんねえだろ。西園寺を連れ去ったことを隠すためにさ。
She wasn't abducted, Akane.
だったらあんな懐の奥深くに鍵を入れたりしないでもっと目立つ場所に入れておくはずだ。だって誰かに見つけてもらわなくちゃその偽装工作の意味自体がなくなるしな。あの時実際に鍵を取り出したのはお前だったよな。だったらそれくらいは。
俺は負けねえぞ。
No, Jesus, come on.
俺の勘が間違いだってのか。最初で最後の見せ場かもしんねえんだから活躍させてくれたっていいだろ。
いやそういう問題じゃ。
うるせえ。でかい口聞くのもそこまでだぞ。
We already gotta start off with this crap. Sonya's
西園
account.
寺は部屋に閉じこもってたんだろ。やっぱ連れ去られたとしか考えらんねえって。犯人が無理やり西園
Thank you.
寺の部屋に押し強引にさらってったんだよ。あいつはちっぽくて弱そうだから犯人に狙われちまったんだ。
I needed to be on Sonya's account.
西園寺は部屋に閉じこもってた。やっぱ連れ去られたとしか犯人が無理や
Come
り
on.
西園寺の部屋に押し入って
No,
強
come
引に
on.
さらってったんだよ。あいつはちっぽくて弱そうだから犯人に狙われちまったんだ。
でも
Okay.
西園寺の部屋には鍵がかかってたんだ。その鍵はあいつの懐にあったんだぞ。西園寺が自分で鍵をかけた可能性が高いんだ。
鍵なんて犯人がかけたんだ。モーテルの鍵が懐にあったらだって後から犯人が入れただけかもしんねえだろ。
わざわざ鍵を懐奥深くに入れる理由がない。あの鍵には犯人も気づいてなかったはずだ。
待てよ。西園寺の下にお前着物がめちゃくちゃだったじゃねえか。
Slice it! It keeps going away!
しまった。
待てよ。西園寺の下にお前だ着物があんな風に着物が乱れてた理由は一つ。犯人と俺が連れ去った根拠になんだろ。やっぱ俺の勘が当たってんだって。
It's really a contradiction in what she just said. I need to tell her.
待てよ。西園寺の下よ。着物がめちゃくちゃだ。あんな風に着物が乱れてた理由は一つ。犯人とバトったからだ。
She fought the killer, thank you.
聞かせてもらう。
There's no way she fought the killer.
西園寺の着物が乱れてたのはうまく着付けができなかったせいなんだ。
着付け？
ああ、その着付けがあいつが自分から外出した理由でもあるんだよ。
I've
西
used
園
the
寺
bathroom
さんは
again.
ご自身の着物の着付けにかなりご苦労されている様子でした。きっと それも彼女が部屋に閉じこもってたことの理由の一つだったのだと思います。
Yeah, now
ですから
Sonia can explain everything.
私が彼女に教えて差し上げたのです。ライブハウスになら大きな鏡があるので、それを使ってみたらいかがでしょうかと。
And again, it was very strange that she even
あ
knew
いつ
that
の
there was
服が
one
乱れ
there.
てたのは犯人とバトったからじゃなかったのか。
Because again, that was in the storage room. Nobody else had gone in there but me.
あいつはあの乱れた着物の着付けをするために自分からライブハウスに行ったんだよ。
わかったよ。俺の負けだ。
Take
見
off
る
your
なり
what?
焼くなり脱がすなり好きにしろ。
ひなた、チャンスだ。ギャフンとかアヘーとか言わせちまえ。
Yeah, hell no. Like, come on now.
犯人には予想できなかったはずだよね。西園寺さんがライブハウスに来ることなんてさ。
Not assume, but they caused
そ
her
の
to
情
go.
報を西園寺に吹き込んだソニアは別だがな。
来るのは分かったとしても、いつ来るかまでは予測できませんよ。
Well, yes, that's true.
ソニアさんを疑ってんじゃねえよ、ハーゲ。ハムスターごと安らかに眠らせんぞ。
そうだよ。貴様はなかなかセンスのいい服を着ているようだが、二度と着られぬように消し済みにしてやろうか。もちろん貴様自身をだ。
田中さん、やめてあげてください。
あれ、俺の方が下っ端みたいな止め方でしたけど。
当然だ。俺様は貴様を殺すチャンスを少なくとも10回は見逃してやっている。
Okay, we're not gonna take what he's saying seriously
犯
right
人に
now.
も予想できなかったんならどうして西園寺はライブハウスで殺されてたんだ。
No, was she actually killed in the music venue? I mean, well, oh, she wasn't gonna be dragged or carried all the way to the venue, so it's safe to assume that that's where she was killed at. But yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom again, guys. Hang on a second. Alright. Went to the wrong one. Alright, anyway. Why did Hyoko get killed in
不
Pennsylvania?
幸な偶然としか考えられないよ。
An unfortunate coincidence?
偶然
Yeah, because she's trying to say that Hyoko's
多分彼
killing
女
wasn't
は
planned.
自分から向かったライブハウスで悪く犯行現場に出くわしちゃったんだよ。
その口封じに殺されたってのか。
ちょうど犯人がミオダさんの殺害に取り掛かろうとした頃だったんじゃないかな。きっとミオダさんはもう麻袋をかぶせられてて、だから犯人は躊躇なくその場で。
それで殺されちまったのか。
ただ今回の犯人が一筋縄じゃいかないのは、その偶然を自分の犯行に加えちゃった点だよね。
Okay, and again, that's speculation. We don't know for
殺害
sure.
少女の5人トリックか。
つまりそのゲスな小悪党は当初は見立てなどやるつもりはなかったということか。
だったら犯人が当初から計画していたトリックって何だったんだろうね。ここまで狡猾な犯人が何も用意しないでミオダさんを殺すわけないもんね。心当たりがあるんですか？
なんだよ、肝心なことがわかんねえんじゃねえか。
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very, very close.
なあ小前田、お前は何か心当たりないのか？
Why am I asking Nagito?
おい、いつまで黙ってんだよ。
喋っていいの？いや、鳥肌が立つほど嬉しいよ。みんなが僕みたいなクズを頼ってくれるなんてさ。
で、どうなんだ？
口チェックしてる間にずっと考えてたんだけど、やっと結論が出たよ。ミオダさんはやっぱり自殺なんかじゃない。
はあ、何の話してんだ？
死んだふりをしつつ偽装工作をした可能性ならあるんじゃないかと思ってたんだけど。
Which there's no
で
possibility
も
of
思
that.
い出したんだ。ミオダさんの足の裏には血痕がついてたんだよね。だからもし彼女が死んだふりをした後で偽装工作のためにライブハウスを歩き回ったら、きっとその血痕付きの足跡がライブハウスの至る所に残っちゃうはずなんだ。だから死んだふりをしてたとは考えられないんだ。ミオダさんが自殺ってのはありえないんだよ。
あのな、その話はとっくに終
Yeah,
わっ
like
て
a
んだ
while
よ。
ago. Yeah.
そうなの？
Yeah, alright, anyway.
笑ってごまかすしかないみたいだね。
マジかよ。役立たずにも程があんだろ。
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
おかしい。おかしいぞ。
But what about the stepladder?
おかしいって何がですか？
I see. It's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints. There's still an important clue left we've completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. Then why? Why weren't there any footprints? On the stepladder.
これで証明できる。ミオダがあの脚立を使って首吊りしたなら、踏み台に足跡が残ってないのはおかしいよな。
So they were probably wiped clean.
なかったのか？
There was a stain on it.
あの脚立の踏み台は綺麗なままだった。足跡や血痕なんてどこにもなかったんだ。そんな小さなことに気づくなんてすごすぎる。それが選ばれし超高校級の才能なんだね。
Okay, anyway, what are you talking about? Anyway, you were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komaeda, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
でも日向さんは言ってましたよね。ミオダさんが脚立を登る映像を見たって。だったらミオダさんが脚立を登ったのは間違いないと思うんですけど。
No, she did the deed, but somebody convinced her to do it.
その映像の方がおかしかったんだよ。
そうか。
Unless when the video got cut off, that's when the killer actually killed her. And then hung her.
ただそれがわかるのは日向くんだけだけどね。その映像を見てるのは彼だけだからね。
The video cut out before Ibuki actually did the deed. So just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
日向さん、お願いします。
任せる以上は頑張れとか言わないからさ。まあ始めちゃってよ。
あ、やってみる。
If there was some hidden clue in that video, I should have seen something strange as I watched it. I'm the only one who can clear that up. I'm the only one who actually saw that video. So I'm the only one who can do it. The hanging video that I saw, based on everything we know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. Was the stepladder blue?
ここだ。そうだ、思い出した。あの映像には確かに不自然な点があったぞ。
So was I right? Was the stepladder the issue?
聞かせてくれる？
不自然な点があったのはさっきも話したあの脚立なんだ。
Oh boy.
確かにあの脚立の踏み台は汚れてなかったけど、ただその側面には血痕が付着してたんだ。脚立の左側の側面にしっかりとな。ただしそれは俺が病院で見た映像とは違う。
Because there was no blood stain.
血痕なんて付着してなかった。左側の側面は綺麗なままだったんだ。
So it's the stepladder, but not for the reason I was thinking.
それは確かに変だね。三浦さんが死ぬ直前の映像ってことは、その時点で西園寺さんはもう死んでるはずだもんね。
それなのに現場の脚立に付着していた血痕がその直前に見た映像だと付着してないなんて。
So does that mean Hiyoko did die after
しかも
Ibuki?
映像が録画だとは考えられない。
Or was Ibuki killed a different way?
その2台が別の脚立って可能性だね。
Oh, so now she is saying what I originally thought, that the two stepladders were different.
2台あったってのか。
いや、別の脚立などどこにある？ライブハウスにあった脚立はあの一脚だけだったぞ。
じゃあどっちかの脚立はライブハウス以外の場所にあったんだよ。どういう意味ですか？
その映像の中で別物だったのは脚立だけじゃないって意味でしょ。すごいよな、ナミさん。さすがゲームで鍛えた推理力ってことでいいのかな？
2人は何の話をしてるんですかね。
The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different. Chiaki said that the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between the video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the killer did something. That thing, the place where the killer did something. What? Oh my gosh. No N. So if there's no N, I'll just go ahead and get rid of this. Is there a G? No. Is there an I? I'm losing too much health here. An F. Okay, F-I. F-I-L. No. No, and... Film... I need another N. Oops, nope, that's the wrong buttons. I need an N. I need another N. Need a G. A filming, it starts with an L. Starts with an O. Oops. Filming location. Filming location. Need an A. T. Alright, need an I. No, need an I. Alright, need an O. And I need an N. Alright, filming location. My goodness, guys.
そうだ。脚立どころか、そもそも撮影場所が違ったのかもしれない。
The filming location was completely different? I mean, yes, it had to be different. Like, where this was filmed at had to have been behind the curtain, and not in front of it. In front of the curtain is where Ibuki ended up being hung from. But the killing had to have been behind the curtain. Like, I knew that was tripping me up for a reason.
撮影場所が違うってどういう意味だよ。つまり俺が見た映像はライブハウスで撮影されたものじゃなく
Not filmed at the
て。
music venue at all. So was it filmed in the hospital? That's the only other place that had the
どこか別の場
curtains.
所で撮影された映像だったんだ。
けど病院のモニターに映るのはライブハウスのカメラで撮影された映像なんだぞ。
ならば犯人はその監視カメラセットにも何らかの細工を施していた
Couldn't
の
have
や
been
も
from
し
the
れない。
hospital. In order to show us that they filmed the video at a music venue instead of somewhere else. What did the killer do to that surveillance camera unit? Broke it. Another logic dive. Alright, another logic dive. Here we go. Oops. Okay, sorry. Which part of the surveillance camera did the killer tamper with? The monitor or the camera? Okay, the camera. Oops. Nope, just jumped to my death there. Okay. This music. Oh my gosh, it's gonna make people dizzy. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? Probably the hospital. Nope, he fell. So it's not the hospital, it's the music venue. So they tampered with the music venue's camera. They couldn't have gone to the hospital. Oh my gosh, this is gonna make somebody motion sick. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue surveillance camera? Please say no, they took it with them. Did they take it with them? Took it with them. Which part of the surveillance camera unit did the killer tamper with? The camera. What did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue or the hospital? The music venue. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue surveillance camera unit? They took it with them. Took it with them? Okay. Alright.
そうか。犯人はライブハウスからカメラだけを持ち出したんだ。そのカメラを使って別の場所で撮影した映像をライブハウスの映像と誤認させてたんだよ。
じゃあ、あのライブハウスにあったのはモニターだけだったのか？
俺が最初にミオダの死体を見つけた時点ではそうだ。けど、西園寺の死体を出現させた時、きっとカメラもそこに戻したはずだ。
And they broke the camera to make sure nobody would figure this out.
それって日向が最初の時点で気づいてりゃよかっただけじゃねえのか？
Okay, well don't put it like that.
死体を発見してしまったのですからカメラどころではありませんよ。
それもそうなんだけど、犯人はカメラがないことを気づかれにくくするために残ったモニターの方にもう一つ細工をしたんだ。
Broke it. The remaining monitor was destroy it.
そうか。犯人はライブハウスに残したモニターをバラバラに破壊しておいたんだ。そんな風に残骸だけになってしまえば、そこにカメラがあるかどうかはすぐにはわからない。俺は死体に意識が集中してたこともあって、そんなことに気づきもしなかった。
で、犯人は日向くんがいなくなった隙にそこに持ち出していたカメラを戻したと。
しかも壊して残骸の状態にした上でだ。
だけどよ、別の場所で撮影っつってもあの監視カメラの電波はそんなに強くねえんだぞ。
相談の必死の改造の甲斐もなく病院からモーテルまでは届かなかったな。
病院とライブハウスで通信できただけでも大したもんだろうよ。
Which means even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transferred into the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue? The only other place that had curtains like that was one of the a conference room in the hospital. That place inside that building. Come on, this again? But I'm pretty sure it's the conference room, so I need to see. I'm pretty sure the answer is conference room, so I need an O. Thank you. Alright, the ends can start coming back now. No. I need an F. Come on now. This was one of the easiest ones that they could have possibly given me. How did something already pop over there? Oh, there's an R. Alright, I need another E. Oops, wrong thing. Need another E. Need an N. Need another C. I just need another C, people. And I need another E. R. Need two O's. Not yet. Still need another O. Alright, M's. Finally, like that took way too long just for the letters to show up. So they did film it in the hospital.
可能性があるのは病院の会議室だ。
え？病院の会議室で撮
Because
影
those
したのか？
curtains are the exact same.
けど病院とライブハウスなんてまるっきり別物じゃ
So
ない
they
か。
filmed it in the hospital conference room and made it seem like they were filming from the music venue.
だからこそ犯人は何らかの工作を行ってその2箇所を似させたはずだ。
To make the conference room look like the music venue, the killer went ahead and did some work. I gotta make clear what that work was. They're making a lot of arguments and scrap up music venue's curtains.
病院の会議室とライブハウスなん
Music
て
venue's curtains.
とても似ているように思えません。
どっちをどう似せたんだよ。会議室をライブハウスに似せたのか？ライブハウスを会議室に似せたのか？
はたまたセットでも作ったのでしょうか。
Okay, no, not that one.
そう。
病院の会議室とライブハウスなんてとても似ているように思え
どっちをどう似せたんだよ。会議室をライブハウスに似せたのか？ライブハウスを会議室に似せたのか？
It was probably what he
は
asked
たまたセ
first.
ットでも作ったのでしょうか。
もしくはカメラ自体に細工があったか。
No.
どっちにしろ撮影場所を見間違えるなんてひなたって意外とアホだよな。
In order to make the hospital conference room resemble the music venue, what did the killer do? They made the music venue resemble the hospital conference.
病院の会議室ととても似ている。
どっちをどう似せたんだよ。会議室をライブハウスに似せたのか？ライブハウスを会議室に似せた
So
の
it's
か？
the second thing that he says,
そうか
yes.
もしれない。
They made the music venue resemble the conference.
そこで犯人が行った工作は現場のライブハウスの方を会議室の映像に似せることだったんだ。そのために使われたのがステージの奥にかけられてた黒いカーテンなんだ。
確かあそこにはド派手なカーテンがあったのに。
Yeah, there was really flashy looking curtains. But they bought the same kind of black curtains that was used in the conference room
そのカーテンの上に
and somehow managed to hang them in the music venue.
かけられてたよね。
そうそ 物見みたいに中途半端なやつね。
Oh my gosh, just throwing shade at her for no reason.
あのカーテンはライブハウスを会議室に似せるために取り付けられたものなのですか？実際ね、会議室のカーテンって普段は目立たないけど、床まで届く長さの黒い遮光カーテンだったんだよ。
なるほど、会議室か。確かにあの部屋の床ってライブハウスのステージ上と同じような色だったもんね。
Oh my goodness. Would you look at that same color?
犯人はその床の色が似ていることに気づいたからあの会議室を選んだのかもしれないね。
床が似ている上にカーテンまで一緒になっちまえば見間違えても仕方ねえレベルかもな。
でもそれだけじゃないよ。犯人の偽装工作はもう一つあったはずだよ。
Probably. Again. There's something else the killer did to make the music venue look like the conference room. Okay, it's either the smudge on the floor or the stepladder. I'm gonna try to smudge on the floor. No.
しまった。
There's something else they did to make it look like it. The rope used for hanging? I don't think that's it. Was there a candle there? Surveillance monitor video. Okay. I'm gonna try the, not the smudge on the floor. Try the candle next. It is the candle.
もう一つの偽装工作ってライブハウスにあったろうそくのことだな。俺が見た映像ではろうそくが明かりに使われてたけど、よく考えればそれっておかしいよな。
I'm gonna save again.
「ライブハウスには立派な照明があるんだから、わざわざろうそくの明かりを使う必要はないはずだ。
それは不気味な雰囲気を演出するためにそうしたんじゃないんですか？
その目的もあったかもしれないけど、メインの偽装工作の方だろうね。病院の会議室とライブハウスでは照明が違うから、撮影時にその照明を使うわけにはいかない。そこで犯人は撮影用の別の明かりとしてろうそくを使ったんだ。
ってことはライブハウスに落ちてたろうそくは実際には使われてねえのか。
映像で使われてたろうそくがそれだと俺に思い込ませるためだけに置かれたものだろうな。
But it was probably a different candle.
ろうそくの光だと細部まではよく見えねえから、そういう効果も狙ってたんじゃねえか。あの安物のカメラの性能だと暗いところはあんまし映らねえからな。
It won't capture much in a dark area.
ここまで条件が揃った以上、もう決まりってことで問題ないはずだ。俺が見た映像が撮られたのはライブハウスじゃない。実は病院の会議室だったんだ。
その会議室から偽装工作の証拠を見つけられれば、もっとすんなり結論を出せたんだけど、さすがに犯人に隠されちゃったみたいで、会議室に行った時は何も見つけられなかったよ。
So the killer managed to make it to the hospital at
け
some
ど
point
間
as
違い
well.
ねえだろう。監視カメラセットの通信距離内で条件を満たせそうなのはそこだけだし。
If the killer was somehow able to film in the hospital, the only possible person who was in the hospital and expecting a camera to arrive was again Fuyuhiko. And Mikan had been paying attention to all the people who were sick the entire time. So I don't think that she would have done, like, filmed anything, had time to film anything.
モーテルですと遠すぎますし、映画館は内装に特徴ありまくりでしたからね。
でも日向君にとっては驚きの事実だよね。まさか君が病院で見ていた映像が同じ病院の会議室で撮影されていたなんてさ。
事件は現場で起きているんじゃない、会議室で起きているんだというやつですね。
I feel like I've heard Bayside Cop say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
ミオダの首吊り映像を撮ったのが病院の会議室ってことは。
But if it was filmed in the hospital conference room, is that why I found Ibuki just wandering the halls and scaring the crap out of me? She eventually went missing.
じゃあミオダが殺されたのも会議室だったのか。
いや、それはねえだろ。稲田はその映像を見た直後にライブハウスでミオダの死体を見つけたんだぞ。
That video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue. Which means there was a fake somewhere. The Ibuki in the conference room was a
映
fake.
像に映ってた麻袋の人物はミオダなんかじゃなかったんだ。
The person wearing the handbag in that video wasn't Ibuki.
あれは犯人が演じてたものだったんだ。
It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. Like, oh my goodness, guys.
犯人が患者服を着込んだ上に麻袋をかぶってあたかも犠牲者のように振る舞ってただけだったんだ。
きっと実際のミオダさんはその時もうとっくに殺されてたはずだよ。
本当の殺害時刻はもっと人目につかない時間、真夜中とか明け方とかじゃないかな。
病院からライブハウスに連れ出して殺したとなるとまさか日中とは考えらんねえからな。
So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the one who set a trap for me was...
ですが、犯人はどうしてそんな映像を捏造してまで日向さんを殺害現場に向かわせたのですか。
あの映像を捏造した犯人の目的は考えられる可能性は一つしかない。そしてその可能性を突き詰めていくと、
Oh, why did the killer take the time to set up a fake video to lure Hajime to the music venue? Hang on. There's still plenty of time. I intend to completely keep going here. Why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene? There's only one possibility.
おのずと犯人も明らかになっていくんだ。
貴様すでに犯人を見切っているというのか。
he's gonna find out. I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. The person who made a fake video in order to lure us to the crime scene. I really do not want to believe it's her. I really do not want to believe it's her. But I literally have... I have ideas. I'm just gonna run through all of my guesses right now. Who took the time to film a video in the conference room? Film a fake video in the conference room. That would mean it would have to be somebody who was in the hospital. So that means I was wrong. The killer is not somebody who stayed at the motel. The killer is somebody who stayed at the hospital. We originally ruled out anybody who was sick. But I'm not doing that anymore. There are 3 people in my mind that I am going to run through. Because Sonia could not have ever gone to the hospital, and Kaz could not have ever gone to the hospital. Gundam could not have gone to the hospital. Chiaki, all those people were in the motel. I'm gonna run through everybody that I think it is. It's either Fuyuhiko, Nagito, or Mikan. Because I don't think it was Akane. It's either Fuyuhiko, Nagito, or Mikan. It's not Fuyuhiko. It's not Fuyuhiko. My next guess is Nagito. It's not him. My next guess is Mikan. If it's right, then this was spoiled for me. Either way, I didn't know. Oh my god! It is Mikan! I knew it! I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! The result was spoiled for me all along. I kept saying it. Ever since when the incident occurred, I kept saying... I kept seeing things when I was trying to look stuff up, and one thing that I saw looked like it was a spoiler. I said that if this fever was making people act contrary to how they normally act, then there was a possibility that Mikan was gonna switch. The fact that the fake video was filmed in the hospital proved my theory wrong, that the killer had to be from the motel. That means the killer had to be in the hospital. At the beginning of the stream, I said, how did Mikan manage to get from the hospital all the way to my cottage? If she had time to do that, does that mean she had time to get to Hyoko and Ibuki first? She was the one who said that she noticed Ibuki was missing first. So was that her fault the whole time?
お前がミオだと西園寺を殺した犯人なんじゃないのか。
おい、さすがにそれはねえんじゃねえか。
I didn't want to believe it, so if that's wrong, then somebody say so.
そんな虫も殺せねえよな。
We actually, you know what? Let me just see something, because we might be still way too early in this video. Yeah, we're only a half hour into this guide video, so it's too early. So if she's not the killer, then somebody prove her wrong. She's right. Well then, what did she just say? I missed it. What did Akane just say? That's kind of impossible. A chick like her is the killer. She couldn't even kill a fly. The fly would probably kill her first. I'm sorry. That does sound like it's pretty accurate. What? But again, you're thinking about it in terms of her actual self. There's a possibility that the fever did in fact infect her, and we just never got to see the effects of it in person. Let's see.
だけど俺とお前だけなんだ。ミオダの映像を捏造することでアリバイを手に入れて有利になるのなんてさ。
アリバイ、それが犯人の目的だったのですか。
そういえばさっきそんな流れになったね。日向君とつみきさん
Yeah, it was said earlier that only Hajime and Mikan had alibis. So the fact that we have still reached this suspicion of Mikan is contrary to that.
けどあの映像を病院の会議室で撮影できたのもお前だけなんだ。
Are we sure? Are we sure that she's the only one who could have done it? Because again, there was her, there was Fuyuhiko, and there was everybody who was sick. Shouldn't you get some rest already? You should be exhausted from nursing without any sleep. I'll use the on-call room upstairs. The on-call room upstairs. She went upstairs. And then she insisted that we rest in the lobby. Away from that area.
あの時お前は休憩室に行くって言ってたけど本当は会議室に行ったんじゃないのか。そこであらかじめ準備しておいた患者服に着替えて、そして麻袋をかぶって通信を開始させた。そうやってミオダがライブハウスで首を吊ろうとしている映像をでっち上げて、それを俺に見せたんだ。それに
If
俺
it's
はあの
not
映像
true,
を
say
病院
something
の
now.
ロビーで見てたんだ。
Saw it at the hospital
ロビ
lobby.
ーは病院の外の人間が会議室に行こうとしたら必ず横切らなくちゃいけない場所だ。
病院の外にいた奴が会議室に行って撮影したとは考えられねえってことか。
It's impossible that somebody that wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film. That's what we were saying.
病院にいた僕と尾張さんは絶望病のせいで前後不覚だったから。
ということはやはり。
ちょっと待ってください。私が殺人なんて何言ってるんですか。無理ですよ。私なんかに人なんて殺せませんってば。
いや無理とかそういうことじゃなくてさ、もう少しまともな反論をしてもらえないかな。
If you have a better defense, now's your time to say it,
それ
Mikan.
すらできねえってことだろう。
なあ、本当にそんな奴が犯人なのかよ。
Akane is determined to, defy this.
違いますってば。
Are we gonna see her snap and completely switch? Or do we have this completely wrong?
確かに結びつきませんよね。積木さんと殺人犯なんて。
Is the killer setting a trap?
こんなどんくさい女に殺される奴がいるとは到底信じがたいな。
Oh my gosh, that's
どんく
just
さいは余計なのでは？
yeah, not necessary.
いいんです。私って昔からそうでしたから。見ただけでいじめたくなるやつ選手権があったら、あとついち間違いなしと評判で。
Just like in the last class trial when everybody was jumping on Hiyoko, eventually she was proven innocent.
自分でもちょっと納得だったりするんですけどね。だからそんな私に人殺しなんて無理なんですって。本当なんですって。
どうなんだよ、ひなた。
それでも貴様はこの女が犯人だというのか。
ひなたさんはそこまで私を嫌ってたんですか？
おいひなた。
Everyone's ganging up on me. You know, because you know something. What was that whole cutscene that Hajime saw? He was seeing some sort of vision in his dreams of him in a classroom. People talking about him behind, like, while he's still in the room, but kind of behind his back. There's no way the protagonist ends up being the killer, right? Because again, when did I have the time to film a fake video? And tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? Or could it be I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. If I have this much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with... Hang on a minute. What now, Nagito?
いや、差し出がましってのは分かってるんだ。それ僕なんかの出る幕じゃないよね。出遅れて肝心な時に立ち会えなかったような奴がこんな大事な時に口を挟んでいいわけがないもんね。
なんだよ急に。
でもね、今回の犯人だけは
Oh my gosh.
絶対に見逃すわけにはいかないんだよ。
So now who do you think the killer is? Huh?
僕はずっと怪しいと思ってたんだ。最
He's
初から
gonna
ずっと
say it's me.
怪しいと見当をつけた上で臨む捜査は心当たりなく進めるそれとは結果が大きく異なる。
おい、何が言いたいのだ。
そのおかげでね、僕はみんなが知らない事実を知るに至ったんだよ。
マジでか。
みんなの活躍に夢中で言いそびれてたんだけど、そろそろ言ってもいいな。
わざと黙ってたんじゃねえだろうな。これはゲームじゃねえんだぞ。
ゲームだよこれは。
Yeah, it's a game to you.
問題発言はやめてください。
それで駒枝くんは何を知ってるの？
いや、大したことじゃないんだよ。ただ犯人につながる決定的な手がかりってだけだから。
大したことない。
的な手がかりなんてそんなの本当にあるんですか？
早速見てもらおうかな。仁田さんの首をつっていたロープなんだけどさ、これってスーパーから調達したものだよね。ライブハウスにロープなんて置いてなかったもんね。
またスーパーかよ。あそこは犯罪グッズの温床だな。
Yeah, I know,
ス
right?
ーパーから持ってきたってことはさ、つまり新品の状態で持ってきたってことだよね。
Okay.
それが何だってんだ。
新品ってことを踏まえた上でこのロープに注目してもらいたいんだけど、ロープの中央くらいかな。強くこすったみたいにささくれ立ってるんだよね。でもどうしてこんな風になったのかな。仁田さんの首をつった輪っかの部分はもっと端だし、照明バトンに吊るされてた部分がその逆の端のようなんだよね。
おい、話が長えぞ。
Taking way too long.
ささくれ立ってるのが何だってんだよ。
つまりね、 僕の推測だとこのロープはこういう風に使われたと思うんだ。
This is gonna be a late night stream. We're getting through this entire trial.
ミオダさんの首にロープを引っ掛けたまま両端を思いっきり引っ張って首を絞めたんだよ。
Yeah, okay, so yes. Because the Monokuma file said that her windpipe was crushed from being choked. I don't know that if you hang yourself, it completely crushes your windpipe. I know that obviously it chokes you out, but I don't know if it would crush your windpipe. The killer had to have completely strangled her with that rope. Like he's saying.
ロープの中央部分が傷んでるのはこの部分でミオダさんの首を強く締めてたからなんだ。ちょっと待てよ。さっきから聞いてれば最初からロープの手がかりに気づいてたみたいに。だったらお前が捜査中に俺に言った言葉は何だったんだ。
During the investigation, what did you say? Rope won't be much of a clue. Might as well start another place. Oh, why did you lie?
学級裁判では必ずしも全員が協力し合うわけじゃない。嘘をつく者や真実を隠す者も当然現れる。
This is all this guy does, man.
今回の犯人のようにね。僕もそれをちょっと真似してみたんだ。は？
Like, what do you mean copying them?
話はどうなったんだよ。犯人がロープでミオダの首を絞めて、それで。
それでも何も、僕の話はもう終わっちゃったよな。はあ？
それのどこが決定的な手がかりなんですか？
あれ？気づいてもらえなかった？ちゃんと言ったつもりなんだけど、決定的な手がかり。
Nagito's words contain a decisive clue. Is that really true? Rope used for
ミオ
hanging.
ダさんは首を吊ったわけじゃなくて、首を絞められて殺されたんだよ。
似たようなもんだろ。
Not really.
首吊りと考察は似てるようで全然違うよ。首の線条痕も変わってくるしね。
線条痕って縄の跡ですよね。
なのに僕らが首吊りと思い込んだ。それってどうしたかな。
誰かの嘘に騙されたのか。
現場の死体が首を吊ってたせいだろ。あれを見れば首吊りだと思って当然だ。
モノクマファイルの情報不足も一因だ。首吊りか考察かは明記してなかったからな。
むしろ勘違い
No, it
した方が悪い
didn't.
んですよ。
Ibiki's true cause of death was strangulation. That fact is the decisive proof that will lead to the killer. Because the Monokuma file did say something on the lines of that. Crushed windpipe as a result of choking. It says choking.
ミオダさんは首を吊ったわけじゃなくて、首を絞められて殺されたんだよ。
Alright, at this point, my health is getting too low, so I'm just gonna try to figure this out. We're almost there. I'm on the right bullet. Okay. So, it is what Ka said.
似たようなもんだろ。
首吊りと考察は首の線条痕も変わって、線条痕って
We fell for somebody's lie.
どうしたかな。
誰かの嘘に騙された。
そうかもしれない。
Somebody's lying. And we fell for the lie.
そういうことか。俺たちはあいつの嘘にまんまと騙されてたのか。
And there's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibiki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right? she had no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging herself.
積み木は首をつったって言ってたけど、あれは嘘だったんだな。
みかん。
そうやって嘘の死因を言うことで俺たち全員を騙してたんだな。
みかん is lying to us. I really did not want to believe it, but she said what she said. She said that there was no doubt that the death was because of being hung. But that's not the case.
首吊りと考察の違いなんて積木さんが見ればすぐに気づいたはずだよ。超高校級の保健委員の才能を持つ積木さんならね。
And you of all people, yes, should know the difference between a hanging and a strangulation.
そもそも私は観察医じゃないですし、専門的な知識もない中やってただけで。だから間違っても仕方ないじゃないですか。
そうですよね。むしろ今までよくやってくれ
She
た方です
absolutely
よ
had.
ね。
But yeah, she does make a good point, actually. Because wait a second. She stated that she is not a coroner. So, it's not necessarily easy for her to determine a cause of death. I feel like Nagito is trying to get us to swing towards her. Now again, I really don't think that Nagito is gonna be the one committing any murder anytime soon. He's just gonna be making us believe that he will. Mikan did make a mistake in determining the cause of death. But Nagito and Hajime are trying to make it seem like she's intentionally lying.
でも首吊りか考察かくらいは酔っ払った医学生でも気
Even
づ
a
きそうなレ
drunk
ベルだけ
medical
ど。
student?
かばうわけじゃねえけどよ、専門外にドジが重なったらミスも出てくんだろう。
そうなんです。ドジだからうっかりしちゃって。
But I mean, as an ultimate nurse, are you really clumsy and careless when it comes to your own field? I mean, again, you said you're not a
積
coroner.
み木はずっと俺を看病してくれてたんだぞ。そんな奴を疑うなんて。
献身的に看病してたからこそ三代田さんをおびき出すことができたとも考えられるよね。
That could be a possibility, but
それでなくても彼女はすっかり真面目になって誰の言うことでも信じてしまう症状になってたわけだし。
here's some water.
自分を看病してくれてる積木さんにだったらホイホイついていっても不思議じゃないよね。
積み木が看病を名乗
Yes,
り
you
出たのは
could argue all
最
that.
初からそれが目的だったってのか。
そいつはちょっとゲスの勘繰りってやつが過ぎんじゃねえのか。
本当にゲスなのは僕じゃなくて積木さんの方だよ。だって
That's what you want us to believe. That's what you want us to believe.
だから違うって言ってるじゃないですか。
Like, he and Hajime are absolutely jumping on her.
悪いけど許すわけにはいかないんだよね。今回の積木さんの犯行だけは。
But wait a minute.
許すも何もまだ積木さんが犯人と決まったわけではありませんし。
そっか。みんなは優しいんだね。まあそれがみんなの選択だって言うなら僕はもう諦めるしかないけど。でも本当にそれでいいの？それがみんなの希望なの？
それ以上言うとマジで殴るぞ。
でも私は本当に犯人なんかじゃないんですよ。私が人を殺すなんてそんなことするわけないじゃないですか。
And that's what I've wanted to believe this entire time. It better be true.
本当に違うのか。
いい加減にしろよ。もういいって言ってんじゃねえか。
いいわけないだろう。俺だってこんなことしたくない。そんなの当たり前だろう。だけどやるしかないんだよ。
仲間を信じらんねえのかよ。
そうじゃない。信じたいからこそ疑うんだ。
なんだよそれ。
You suspect them because you want to believe them?
あのね、信じることと疑うことってきっと反対の意味じゃないと思うんだ。
は？
疑いもするけどそれでも信じたい。その先にあるのが信じるって気持ちなんだよ。だって疑う余地のないはっきりしていることなら信じる必要だってないでしょ。
難しいこと言うなよ。俺にはよくわかんねえよ。
誰かを信じるためにはね、疑うってことを乗り越えなきゃいけないんだよ。
No, well then, Mikan, no, we've been, forcing Mikan to fight for her life in this trial right now. Like, Hajime and Nagito are absolutely jumping on her.
疑うことを放棄した信じるなんて、そんなのただの嘘っぱちだよ。
わかったよ。じゃあ好きにしろ。俺はもう止めねえよ。
は？何ですかそれ。
Oh my god. Here comes the switch. Yeah, it's over. I was afraid of this coming the entire time. When on earth have you ever heard Mikan speak in that tone of voice? Ever, this entire game. Yeah, it's done.
はあ、そうやって結局は私をいじめるんですね。詭弁で自分を正当化して、自分は悪くないみたいに言い訳して。みんなそう。いつもそう。
Now this is more like how she normally talks. But
悪いのは私だって。私に問題があるのがいけないんだって。そんなのもうたくさん。もうたくさんなんですよ。
you see, when have you ever heard her raise her voice like that and make that face?
おい、積み木
Yeah, it's done.
ずるいよ。ずるいずるいずるいずるいよ。どうして私を許してくれないんですか。自分のやったことはすぐに許しちゃうくせに。私が何をしたって言うんですか。どうして誰も許してくれないんですか。
次はまともに話してくれない作戦かな。これはこれで厄介だね。
Okay, you absolutely are in no room to talk, Nagito.
それに実は僕もネタ切れなんだ。どうやって認めてもらえばいいか悩みどころだね。
手がかりがないなら出してもらうしかないんじゃない。
Huh?
私もね、日向くんと一緒だよ。仲間を疑うなんてしたくない。でもね、この中の誰かがその大事な仲間を殺したのも事実なんだよ。だったら私たちがやりきらなきゃダメだと思う。この絶望のような連鎖を断ち切
Yeah,
る
like
ためにはね。
I'm sorry. It's like whenever people act out like this, like it's because they've been caught. Like you see it every time you play this game and go through a class trial. Every time somebody tweets out like that, it's because they've been caught. I've been spoiled the entire time. Now, the fever is probably not making her act like this, but...
ねえつみきさん、最後に一つだけ聞かせてくれるかな。あなたが犯人じゃないってことはさ、日向くんが見た映像を捏造したのは。
And don't say you don't know. If she says she doesn't know, or she's not gonna tell us, it's done. Okay, yep, saying it obviously wasn't me is not good enough.
それって
Can you prove that it was not you?
証拠？だったら逆に私がその映像を捏造した
Oh,
って
we just
証
gave
拠
you
は
all
あ
the
るんで
proof.
すか？
The Hajime just told you all the proof. You told him that you were going to the on-call room upstairs, and you insisted that he go downstairs to the lobby. That was obviously a ploy for you to go to the conference room to do what you needed to do. Hey, you were the first one that said that Ibuki had gone missing. It was your fault that she went missing. You appear in Hajime's cottage in the morning, claiming that you were trying to wake him up. If you had time to go from the hospital all the way to his cottage, then you had time to do all of the killing that you potentially did.
そうですよ。証拠を言ってみてくださいよ。だってあの映像が会議室で撮られたことだってただの推測じゃないですか。そんな推測なんかで病院にいただけの私を犯人扱いするなんて。そんなのむちゃくちゃです。私は何も悪いことしてないのに。なんで私ばっかり嫌われなくちゃいけないんですか。いい加減に許してくださいよ。
And the constant begging for forgiveness
大丈夫かこいつ情緒不安定になってんぞ
is really not helping.
私は犯人なんかじゃありません。そんな映像撮影してません。だけどようやく反応してくれるようになったね。
Huh?
ただ彼女の主張のどこに穴があるのか。だからもう一度君に任せるね。
The song has been kind of quiet lately. Could it be? Or was this Chiaki's goal all along? And she's saying everyone's fate depends on me, the only person who saw that
どう
video.
して私が犯人だって決めつけるんですか。どこに証拠があるんですか。
I gotta keep fixing this darn audio. So we are finishing this entire trial. It seems she finally started arguing for us. I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. I'm the one who's going to finish this. Blood on the soles, rope. Blood on the soles, rope used for hanging motel room key.
私は犯人なんかじゃありません。
会議室で映像を撮影したのは君以外に考えられないんだよ。
証拠でもあるんですか。その人が被ってた麻袋が証拠ですか。彼女が着てた患者服が怪しいんですか。それとも履いてた病院靴ですか。
ミオダと積み木は体型が明らかに違うはずだ。
その体型が証拠になりますか。患者服の下の体型が判別できたんですか。あの映像だけで。あんなカメラアングルだけで。薄暗いろうそくの明かりだけで正確な体型なんてわかるわけないですよ。だからもう許してください。日向くん注意深く聞いてね。
犯人のミスを指摘できるのも君だけだよ。
Don't flinch, don't hesitate, don't run away. I'm the only one who saw that video. Who else is gonna do it if I don't? But what's the proof?
会議室で映像を撮影したのは君以外に考えられないんだよ。
あ、証拠でもあるんですか？その人が被ってた麻袋が証拠ですか？彼女が着てた患者服が怪しいんですか？それとも履いてた病院靴ですか？
I really am stumped on what it could be. Like, I feel like I'm on the correct bullet. Surveillance camera. But let me just see. Let me just see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, now I know what I missed.
ミオだと積み木は
その体型が患者服の下のあの映像だけあんなカメラアングル薄暗いろうそくの明かりだけ正確な体型なんてわかるわけないですよ。だからもう許してくだ。日向くん、注意深く聞いてね。犯人のミスを指摘できるのも君だけだよ。
Well, why did it not do it? I was holding on to that button.
会議室で映像を撮影したのは君以外に考え。
あ、その人が彼女が着てたそれとも履いてた。
ミオだと積み
Like, how long do I have to hold on to it?
あんなカメラ薄暗いろ正確な体型なんてわかる。だからもう許して。日向くん、注意深く犯人のミスを指摘できるのも君だけだよ。
Oh, what is happening? No, why is it not doing it?
会議室で君以外に考え。
あ、その人が彼女が着てたそれとも履いてた。
ミオだと積み
その体型患者服の下あの映像
Please, man. Do not let this entire timer run out.
犯人のミスを指摘できるのも君だけだよ。
そう
会議室で君以外に考え。
あ、その人が彼女が着てたそれとも履いてた。
ミオだと積み
その体型患者服の下あの映像あんなカメラ薄暗いろ正確な体だから
But I don't understand why it's not working.
犯人のミスを指摘できるのも君だけだよ。私は犯人なんかじゃありません。
会議室で君以外に考え。
あ、その人が被って彼女が着てた患者服がそれとも履いてた病院靴ですか？
ミオだと積み木は体
その体型が証拠。患者服の下の体型が判別できたんですか？あの映像だけであんなカメラアングルだけ。
Okay, thank you.
打ち抜く
My camera angle was the mistake.
積み木、お前は決定的なミスを犯したぞ。
And before he says it, let me try to think of what that mistake is. She said from that camera angle. How could we tell who it was from the camera angle? The camera angle showed that the person climbing the stepladder was wearing flip-flops. And I'm gonna check my phone. So, if Mikan is in fact wearing flip-flops, Like, if they show Mikan's foot or feet, and she's wearing flip-flops, the same flip-flops in the video, then that's gonna be the mistake. Let's see if that's what he says. You've made a major mistake.
ミス？
今まで何度も言ったように、あの映像を見たのは俺だけだったんだ。
それがどうかしたんですか？
でも俺はあの映像のカ
And
メラ
never
アングル
said
に関
anything
しては
about camera
今
angle.
まで何も言ってないんだよ。それなのにどうしてお前はあんなカメラアングルだなんてまるで映像を見たようなことが言えるんだ。
Yeah, no, that wasn't the mistake whatsoever. The mistake was her bringing up the camera angle, which is what I was thinking originally, but still didn't say it. Like, my thought process is ridiculous, man. I was thinking that her bringing up camera angle was the problem. And nobody mentioned anything about the camera angle, the way the camera was positioned. So, by bringing up the camera angle, that tells me that you positioned the camera a certain way.
日向君しか見てない映像のカメラアングルを、それは君がその映像を撮影した張本人だから。
それが嘘の代償なんだよ。必死に反応するほどドツボにはまる。
Exactly. The more you try to argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole.
つみきさんも嘘をついたんだね。
マジかよ。マジなのかよ、つみき。おめえが西園寺とミオダを殺したのかよ。
あれあれあれあれあれあれあれあれあれあれあれ、違います。やだやだ、そうじゃないんですって。
What is with this? Which one is it?
だって無理なんだもん。
How is it impossible?
ほら、死んだミオダさんがかぶっていた麻袋というかトートバッグを思い出してくださいよ。うわわー、思い出しました。
なんだこいつ、ますます気持ち悪くなってねえか？
Because that's what happens when the killers get outed.
あのトートバッグって映像の中の彼女がかぶってたものと同じものでしたよね。
だからどうしててめえがその映像のことを詳しく知ってんだ？
そんなことはどうでもいいじゃないですか。それより知ってますか？あのバッグって映画館で売ってた限定品なんですよ。
Only the killer would know that if nobody else was besides me and Nakito were told.
ほら、稲田さんも見ましたよ
No,
ね。
you get another one free.
物見のプリントが施されてたの覚えてますよね。おっと、大丈夫ですよ。覚えてなくても私が覚えてますからね。じゃじゃーん、あれは限定品のトートバッグで間違いありません。ね、無理だと思いませんか？一つしかないトートバッグを病院の会議室とライブハウスで同時に使うなんて。
It's because you didn't use that same tote bag. Did the bag on Ibuki's head have the same decal on it?
そんなの無理に決まってますよね。
だからね、あの映像は捏造でもないし、私は犯人でもないんです。
She's lying. She's absolutely lying.
だから許してくれますよね。
往生際の悪さもそこまで来ると絶望的だね。
じゃあ許してくれるの？許してくれるまでやめないよ。
Alright, well, we'll continue. I know I said I'm finishing the rest of this. Okay, well, no, I can't save. Time for the third panic talk action. This is probably going to be my last job during a class trial. Please humor me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. You will no longer be able to make do with just the X button. Below the tempo marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets are displayed. From this point on, you'll need 1 bullet to destroy 1 remark. I was waiting for the reloads to come in. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy the remarks no matter how much you mash the X button. You'll be able to refresh your bullets by pressing a square button to reload. Just like locking on, pressing the square button in time with the tempo marker. Just like the first game. Controls are the same as the X button. Mash the tempo, either by pressing the square button. The number of bullets refreshed is based on how well you keep the tempo. Get the timing wrong, when you press the square button, bullets will not be refreshed. Your ammo will be completely refreshed and will not run out during the favorite time. If it's at the chance you don't need to reload. Oh, okay, well, I guess I don't have to reload then. Pretty useless explanation even though it was the last one. Fine, I'm just playing. Good luck. Okay, so... Yeah, but I was really hoping that this was not a possibility. Okay, now I can save. I was really hoping that there was not the possibility of Mikan being the killer, but here we are. She is trying her best to fight through this, but she can't. She's digging herself into more and more of a hole. Tomorrow I will finish. We will hit the finale of this class trial where 99.9% likely Mikan will fail to defend herself and she will be executed, and we will move on. So I will see you all then. Have a great night, everybody.